Oh, yeah. Oh, that's going to be a problem. Okay. Okay, cool. Eh. Okay. I think that's everything organized and ready to go. I feel like. Maybe. Oh, ad break just started. Okay. We'll give it a couple minutes till the ad break ends. I think that's everything organized and set up and ready to go, though. Why is that there? That should not be popping up there because the model should be below that. So you shouldn't see. Oh! Oh, I see why that's popping up there. Oh. Okay. Um, I don't know if I like that down there though. I think we're just gonna have to deal with seeing the annoying little free model with animes thing popping up at the bottom. Okay, are we ready yet? Not yet. We're still waiting for ads to roll. We give it another minute or so. Yeah, I think that's pretty well sized up, right? Look, it's hard for me to see where the bottom ends on my second screen. Um, maybe the bottom goes down another hint. Yeah? Okay. Somewhere around there. Okay, I think that's where we need it. Don't mind me just setting everything up for the morning. Sorry about that. Oh, I did not put my teacup in the sink this morning. That'll be fun. Okay. Ad break is almost over, and once the ad break ends, we will start with Midnight in Salem. Oh, everybody hates this game so much for the navigation. I realize that. It's telling me we've got about another 17 seconds on the ad break, so I realize everybody like hates this game so much for that. So it's gonna be fun. The trick with the navigation in this is you kind of have to think of it more of like navigating a Google. Yay! There we go. Navigating Google maps rather than actually like navigating around a game. But anyway, we are free to start the game. I did get everything sorted, I think. Mostly it's all lined up, so we should be good to start. We're just going to go with amateur today. Fun. Ooh, what's up, Nance?
Dear Ned, Austria has been wonderful so far. Dad called. He wants me to get an old relic while I'm here.
Cool.
The Book of Apologies, which dates back to the 17th century witch trials in Salem.
Ooh.
I'll be going to Mosam Castle to retrieve it before I head back to the States.
Oh, I
It's
love
said
a
to
good
be
castle.
haunted, so I'm expecting some good scares and mysteries. Ever yours, Nancy.
All right. Let's get this started.
Feels like ages since I was on my last adventure.
It does.
So, are
That's
you
a
coming in?
joke, because this one took forever to come
That's
out.
right, Miss Drew. I'd prefer to stay out here.
Why? It's so warm and inviting in here.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm glad you're enjoying yourself.
I am!
All of Judge Sewell's effects are there, just as your father requested. Although, I will tell you, as I told him, the desk is locked, and I don't have the key. But I will gladly stay and answer any questions you have.
Cool.
From the other side of this door. I recommend opening the window for some light. There's
Oh, 'cause
no
Nancy's
electricity
banging
here.
in.
Well, in that room at least.
Why not this room? Woo!
Huh, much better. What a wonderful view.
It is a lovely view. So we're supposed to... The thing about the hold the right mouse button to look around, it doesn't really come up all that often, so there was really no point for that, so that frustrates.
Malleus Maleficarum. Wow. The hammer of witches itself.
Oof.
Gives me chills knowing what it did.
Yes, indeed. A how-to guide for hammering out witchcraft. It was written in 1487 by a man whose name I won't even bother to mention because he used bunk science to send hundreds, if not thousands, of people to their death.
See, this I like because I can do this. The judge should act as follows in the continuation of the torture. They even called it torture. Dang. First, he should bear in mind that just as the same medicine is not applicable to all members, but there are various and distinct salves for each member, for several member. So not all, I did the thing. Sorry. So not all heretics or those accused of heresy are to be subjected to the same method of questioning, examination, and torture as to the changes laid against them. But various and different means are to be employed according to their various natures and persons. Now, a surgeon cuts off rotten limbs, and mangy sheep are isolated from the healthy. But a prudent judge will not consider it safe to bind himself down to one variable rule in his method of dealing with a prisoner who is endowed with a witch's power of temerity, and whose silence he is unable to overcome. For if the sons of darkness were to become accustomed to one general rule, they would provide means of evading it as a well-known snare for their destruction. Okay. Sure, dude. Alright, anything
You said
else?
Judge Sewell was a pious man.
Yes, he believed in the healing powers of the good book. Of course, the Bible was also used to justify executing people.
Yeah.
Depends on who's reading it. It's often misinterpreted.
Alright, at
Hear
least
to
they
my
gave that
prayer,
shout
O
out.
God, and hide not yourself from my plea for mercy. Sounds like a man full of regret.
Yeah. Give ear to my prayer, O God, and hide not yourself from my plea for mercy. Give ear to my prayer, O God. Okay, so he just wrote it over and over again. God have mercy. Okay, cool. So, hi, can we talk to you?
Dr. Hurst?
Yes, I'm here.
So, can you tell me about the book that I'm looking for?
What else can you tell me about the Book of Apologies?
As I mentioned, it's the book written by Judge Samuel Sewell himself,
Yes.
detailing the names of people accused of witchcraft.
Oh,
Sewell was one of the very few judges who regretted his actions.
okay.
The book became his way of finding redemption. Sewell himself was originally from England, but acted as a judge in the Salem witch trials.
Fun.
Do you perhaps know why Carson would need such a book?
Not a
Just
clue.
out of curiosity, of course, it's just such a very unusual request.
He's looking into it as a favor for the current judge in Salem.
I don't know. So how long have you known my dad since we're on the
How long have
topic?
you known my dad?
Oh, Carson and I are not that close. He reached out to me because I'm the historian keeping track of all the relics here.
Oh, okay.
And as he guessed, we should have the Book of Apologies somewhere.
Lucky I was already here on vacation. I was quite surprised when he called and asked me to come.
Why
Though
were
I
you
have
on
to admit,
vacation alone?
this
Nah,
thing
I
at
don't
Castle
understand
is
why
something
she
I've never
vacations
been able to
alone.
turn down.
Do you do these kinds of things a lot?
Yeah,
From time to time.
yeah, pretty often.
Austria is wonderful.
I do enjoy it here myself.
Yeah.
I'm not from Austria. I was brought here by my work.
Obviously, because you
Good,
don't have an
quite an
Austrian
experience.
accent.
The pancake soup was great.
Yes, the Frittatensuppe. The locals consider it traditional.
Fun.
I'll get back to it.
Take all the time you need.
I'm not going in there, though.
This stuff looks very old, but it doesn't look like it's very useful.
What about this?
Is this Judge Sewell's desk?
It's
Ah,
very
that's
ornately
his desk.
carved.
That desk is where he spent most of his time working when he wasn't in court. Custom made. If the Book of Apologies does exist, he would have written it at that desk.
And what's inside this alleged book?
Your father didn't tell you? It was a ledger containing all the names of the accused witches from the Salem witch trials.
Fun.
Judge Sewell had doubts about his convictions, and he wrote the book as a means to make amends.
Well, okay then.
Allegedly.
Yes.
Huh. It's very ornately carved for a Puritan. Right? Puritans wouldn't necessarily have a very ornate desk, right? It would be something pretty plain, basically
found
just
a
a
letter.
table.
It's addressed to Abigail Hathorne Woodley.
What
Really?
does it say?
I do regret to write to you in this state. I have been racked with guilt as my fervency of
So are you
spirit
going to read the whole thing, or do
too
I get to
great
do it?
To determine a conviction just. He asks for her forgiveness and for God's.
So, do I get to read it? Here we go, here we go. Dear Abigail Hathorne Woodley, I do regret to write to you in this state. I have been racked with guilt, as my fervency of spirit was too great to determine a conviction just. Relentlessly I have cried for his mercy, longing for his light to bathe my conscience clean. Over recent years I have been sent punishments only attributable to godly wrath. 2 of our daughters have perished, my wife's mother as well, and our lightest child did not draw breath when born. I must repent lest my children forever be held in anger and contempt by our Father, or to right the wrongs made in zealous blindness. I am writing a book I call the Book of Apologies, to be worthy of his mercy. I am traveling the world to note down all the names of those wrongfully accused of witchcraft. Let this be my final legacy, my only way to right these wrongs I have helped create. My guilt allows me not to ask for your forgiveness, though Know that my soul remains forever tortured by the knowledge of what I have done. With regret, Samuel Sewell. I tried to make him an old guy. I figured that would work.
What does this mean?
Okay, okay, that did a thing.
Locked.
Huh. Well, that did a thing. That's nice. There are scratches over here. Does this do anything? Ah, we have a key. So we want to right-click on it and turn it around. Ah! Haha! We have a key that can now unlock the desk.
What a clever desk. It even comes with a labyrinth.
What? This is not a Puritan's desk. I'm just gonna say that, Nan. This is also the easiest puzzle.
Easy.
That's almost as easy as the floor in Haunted Mansion. I think it's Haunted Mansion. No, it's not Haunted Mansion. It's the one in London. Blackmore Manor. That's it. When you go down the steps in Blackmore Manor, there's a maze on the bottom puzzle. There's a maze on the floor. It's almost as easy as that maze.
I found it. It's here.
What? Really? Amazing.
Yeah.
Locked behind some sort of cage, though.
Huh.
The lock says A-W. Any ideas?
A-W?
Huh.
No. But I have some tools in the shop that might be able to cut it free. In my shop. I'll go. Meet me there.
Where is
Okay.
that? Hey, wait for me.
Where is that? Where are you going?
Nancy! This way!
Which way?
Where is that? Dr. Hurst?
Hi. Deirdre calling.
It's Deirdre Shannon.
Hi, Deirdre.
Can I call you back? I'm in the middle of...
Listen, I know we haven't exactly been besties in the past, but I'm in the middle of something big, and
Deirdre, I have to call you back.
Wait, don't hang up on me!
Elizabeth? Elizabeth!
What the? Hey!
What are you doing? What? The book! They took the book!
Alright! We're on! The chase is on after I click out of the game by accident.
Stop! Stop running!
Let's go! Oh, we're going down this way? Okay. Let's go! We gotta chase him! Him, her, it, whatever. We gotta chase it.
Gotta move slowly. Come on.
Nancy, he wouldn't. They wouldn't have heard if you hadn't have picked up your phone.
Gotta figure out which way they went. Must be a clue here.
Okay.
This canister looks to have been used as a homemade smoke bomb.
Fun. We have the AW key. Okay.
A-W. Same as the desk.
That's how he was able to open the lock on the desk. First class! Well. That is an expensive plane ticket. To Boston, eh? Huh.
A ticket to Boston.
Well, alright then.
This canister looks to have been used as a homemade smoke bomb.
Alright. No, we can't call Deirdre back. Now we call Deirdre.
Yes, Deirdre. What is it?
You know where I am right now? Salem.
Really?
As in, witch trial Salem?
Obvi. Come on, Drew. My cousin has, well, she's gotten into some trouble here.
Oh.
And I thought I could help her out. But it turns out this situation is much more complicated than I anticipated.
Okay,
So
then.
now I'm calling you to ask for some guidance.
You want my help?
Uh-huh.
Yes, don't make this more painful. I could use your professional opinion, okay?
Sure.
Well, it so happens that the case I'm on is connected to Boston, which
So I
is
might as well
just
go.
nearby Salem. And I was never a big believer in coincidences.
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah.
I'd love to.
Seriously?
I thought I had reached a dead end, but it looks like I have to go to Massachusetts anyway. In any case, a fresh perspective would do me good.
Okay.
You're already annoying me, and you're not even here yet.
True.
You're welcome. I think it might even be fun.
Oh, this is so the worst idea I've ever had.
Okay.
I'll pick you up from the airport.
Off we go to Massachusetts.
I appreciate you coming here, Drew.
I'm just glad you didn't change your mind and leave me at the airport.
Might have crossed my mind. Keep the excessive cheeriness under control, and we'll be fine.
Not gonna happen.
No promises.
Yeah.
Where were you, by the way?
Austria,
Did I interrupt a vacation with Ned?
didn't you bring me here to help with a case?
Oh.
Yes, I did. And that's it.
This is it.
A fire.
It's.
Was anyone hurt?
Happened in the middle of the night. No one was there, thankfully. The house wasn't completely destroyed, but the person who lived there had to move out.
Okay.
Just so we're clear, this is my case. I know you're a detective and everything, but this is personal. It's family.
Okay.
Well, extended. And from my father's side. But whatever, that's not the point. It's personal. You take my lead, okay?
Sure.
Of course.
But
Well, I have done this a couple of times, Deirdre. And in my experience, we can cover twice as much ground if we work side by side.
you know, respect your experience and whatever, but family trumps experience.
It really
It's
doesn't.
sensitive, and I don't
but
want you
okay.
messing it up by being too
what?
you. You're a question machine.
I mean, that's part of being a
This
detective.
requires gentle handling. Delicate.
So why did you call me then?
And that's been your approach.
Well, like I say, I need help.
So, can I ask some questions?
Like anyone could stop you.
Interesting. Okay, so like, she's Deirdre Shannon, right? But she's going to help the Perry family. But they're supposed to be related on her father's side. I don't know how it works in other parts of the world, but in the US, usually when married, a woman takes her husband's name. So wouldn't that make her Deirdre Perry? Unless we're talking second cousins, which is weird that they're that close. It would make more sense if it was on her mother's side, because then her mother would have been Deirdre Mom Shannon, or Deirdre Mom Perry, and then she would have married a Shannon, and then she would have become Shannon. I don't. It's weird.
Why don't we start with your extended family?
They're cousins. The Perrys.
Right.
Parry.
Oh,
So like,
like in fencing.
Yes. Tegan is the older one. May is younger. They had a difficult childhood, okay? And now May
so
is suspected of committing arson on the most important historic mansion in Salem. And I know it's not true. I know it.
So, like, if Tegan and Megan are Deirdre's cousins, then that would mean that. You know what? No, not necessarily. Hang on. If it was her sister, right? If it was her aunt that married into the Perry family, that would make it. Okay, nope, never mind. It's just like her father's sister married a Perry. Okay, nope, I'm there. I'm there. It took me a second. Brain not working.
What can you tell me about May?
She has a reputation as a troublemaker.
Oh my.
Seems like a loner to me. Maybe a bit odd at times.
Yeah, I get
Sometimes
that.
she can even sense things before they happen.
Interesting.
Odd how?
I don't know. Troubled teen stuff, difficult time as a kid. Oddest thing is, she won't give an alibi.
That would be seen as suspicious.
That's the problem. Everyone is so suspicious of her. Prejudice, I guess. Because of... well, you'll see.
Sounds like we should talk to her soon.
Sorry.
Where do you think we're going?
So what does Tegan think about this?
What does Tegan think about this?
She's worried about May,
What you got?
obviously. Tegan isn't like May. She's
Really?
upstanding. She works at the Salem Museum and doesn't know a thing about criminal cases, which is why she contacted me.
Okay.
One more question. What can you tell me about this historic mansion?
It's called the Hathorn House,
Fun.
and it's old. Like really old. And now it's been set on fire.
Nothing else significant about it?
Well, yeah, a lot of things. But one that's kinda why you're here.
Okay.
The Hathorn House is haunted.
Sure. The Hathorn house is haunted. That's all we're getting. That's a very nice home.
What do you mean, haunted?
Exactly that. There's ghosts.
Deirdre,
I don't believe it either, Drew. But I can't explain it. Everyone seems to think they exist. With so many sightings, even if it isn't real ghosts, something is definitely going on. I thought that maybe you can disprove them.
Sure.
So, would you please get out of my car and come inside?
Nope. I would not. I love all the circular touches to it. It's nice. Gives it a little
If
bit more
we're
of an
going to
organic
work
flair.
Side by side, you'd better learn to keep up with me.
Okay. Hi!
You must be Nancy. Thank you so much for coming.
I must be Nancy, yes.
You know, you live in the same neighborhood for 20 years, and you'd expect your neighbors to be a little more understanding when your family is falsely accused of a horrific crime. Oh, I'm sorry. How are you, Deirdre?
I'm good, thanks.
Tegan Perry, welcome to my home. Well, our home, although right now my parents are literally on safari in Namibia, so while their daughter is being
Fun.
convicted of a crime she didn't commit, I'm taking care of things around here. They'll be home soon. Hopefully. A very expensive courier is tracking them down in the bush. Top notch. I found him on the internet. Deirdre tells me you'll be assisting her in clearing my sister's name.
I'm gonna work on it.
assisting? Yeah.
She's innocent. I don't know why she won't help herself. She's got a difficult reputation.
I know why she
You know,
won't.
Deirdre, what people here can be like. She doesn't trust easily, not since... I'm sorry, are you hungry? There's clam chowder, homemade. A little
Yay!
taste of New England. I made up the guest bedroom for you, Nancy. Deirdre, sorry, you're bunking with May. Make yourselves at home. Oh, I almost forgot. After you girls get comfortable, you two should swing by the museum. Might as well take in some history while you're here, right?
Sure.
Just don't get suckered into that witch's walking tour. Olivia Ravencroft is not a witch. She would have you believing all kinds of nonsense about the town being full of ghosts.
I thought you two used to be friends.
That was a long time ago. Look, I'm sorry, I gotta get going. Running late to an appointment.
Thanks, Tegan. I appreciate you letting us stay. Before you go, do you have time for a quick question?
Nancy, we just got here.
Sorry, I know you're in a rush. It would really help.
Of course, I have time for one question.
One question. Do you mind introducing me to May, or what can you tell me about the fire? We'll meet May.
What can you tell me about where the fire happened?
What have you heard about it? Look, I appreciate you want help, but I don't want you dragging all that up and upsetting May. You told me she would be able to reach her.
That's not what Nancy is asking about.
I'm sorry if I wasn't clear. I just thought since the Hathorn House is important to the town, you must know about it. Through the museum.
Oh, I'm so sorry. The Hathorn House fire. Yes.
Which
John
house fire
Hathorn was
were
one
you
of Salem's
thinking?
founders. His large house estate was the oldest surviving structure from 17th century Salem.
Oh, is that all?
That was 2 questions. I said 1. But yes, he was also the big-time judge that presided over the Salem witch trials.
Is there some other fire I need to know about?
That's a
No.
good one.
May's accident was in a fire. I just don't want her getting upset with unnecessary questions about things long over.
I understand.
So y'all are
And read
walking
all
on
about Judge Hathorn when you
eggshells.
come to the museum later. Gotta run.
Okay, cool. So we went into the
Ethan
kitchen.
said you've been in town for days, but you haven't come by.
I know. I had to check in with your case at the, Look, I didn't want to bother you. How you holding up?
I've been accused of worse.
No, you haven't.
Hey, at least I got you to get off your butt and finally visit me.
Well, okay then.
Oh, this is the girl I was telling you about. Nancy Drew.
Nice to meet you.
Hey there. And we're done. Okay,
She
bye.
doesn't want to talk. This could be difficult. Any advice?
Do better? I'll be in the kitchen.
Okay. Cool. That's just all we've got. So, why did you call me down here? Just curiosity. I mean, she called me here and she's like, oh, we need you to reach May, but like, don't push too hard. You realize that is the exact opposite of what I am going to have to do if we are going to reach this child, right? There we go. That's what I wanted. Tegan's photo. The coven.
What does this mean?
So that's Tegan and 2 other girls? Interesting. From back when they were teenagers, it looks like. I'm guessing this is Nancy's bag. She finally just starts living out of a carry-on now.
A good night's rest improves memory retention. But it's too early for bed.
I'm pretty sure that most of this stuff comes from House Flipper. Which I also think means that House Flipper is probably just an asset flip game, but it's a good asset flip, so whatevs. Hello!
Nice to meet you.
Hi!
Huh?
Do you mind if
Do you
I
mind
look
if
around the
I
house?
Look around the house?
Ugh, you're so weird.
I am!
I'm
Thank
done
you.
talking, okay?
Okay. Woo!
Rust be gone. Now that's handy. Never know when a bit of stubborn iron oxide will get in the way of investigating.
Mine now! Hello!
Carries recycle their paper waste. Good on them.
Yes.
What's this? Someone must have been upset. They tore this note up.
I get to put a piece of note together. Yay! Ha ha! Oh, I do love being able to piece together notes. Let's just see what we're working with. Okay, so this is obviously a corner piece. This is a corner piece. This is an edge piece. That's an edge piece. This has an edge on it, but it's not an edge itself. I'm guessing this is another corner piece. Got it. Feel like no. No, no, no. Yes. Yes. Okay, not what I was aiming for, but alright. Well, whoever it is knows something. Haha. No, wrong piece. I wanted this one to rotate. So I'm pretty sure it goes there. Well, whoever wrote this note knows something. That's got to go up here, which means that there. This here. I know! Haha! What do you know? Okay. Let's go to settings real fast. Take the audio down just a hair. Not much. I almost pressed the wrong button, just so you know. A lot of very nice photos.
Deirdre's convertible. Looks strikingly familiar.
Okay.
Hi.
Um,
I found this letter.
I mean, is it a letter?
I found it in your trash. It's
Sorry.
Yeah, I can
know.
read. So I don't know what it is. Don't go through my trash. I'm done talking, okay?
I mean, fair, I guess. Okay. Let's talk to Deirdre.
Are you ready to leave yet? We don't have all day.
Sure.
What were you actually doing before you picked me up from the airport?
What do you mean?
You gave May a non-answer when she asked why it took you so long to stop by here.
A non-answer? Yeah.
Yep.
Because I went to the police station.
And
And they're still going through the evidence. And when they found out I was May's cousin, they started laughing.
so they think
Aw.
she did it.
Everyone does.
Oh.
So I went to check out the Hathorn house myself.
Well, okay
I
then.
never went inside.
The ghost?
What? No. There was some weirdo there who told me the ghost was going to steal my soul. It was totally creepy. And then I
Okay.
found out that everyone in this town believes in ghosts, so I didn't enter.
Well, whatever or whoever it is, there's an explanation behind it.
Yep.
Did the police give you anything? Anything at all?
They told me there's a Judge Danforth in town, and he's going over the particulars of the Hathorn House estate.
Okay.
I found his office, but he kinda never let me enter his office. Believe me, I tried.
I'm sure you
I
did.
know him. Not well, but enough to get through his door and have a conversation.
Well, there we go.
Alright, are we going into town or what?
Sure.
Who could gain something by burning down a house?
A lot of
Insurance
people.
claim, maybe?
Possibly. Means, motive, and opportunity. We need to start interviewing. See if
Let's
anyone
go.
Checks off those 3 boxes.
And in your experience?
It's usually something much more personal.
All right.
This tour sounds interesting.
I'm guessing she
Don't
means the
tell
walking
Tegan that's your
tour.
plan.
It'll give us a good overview of the town.
You mean I want to meet the real witch of Salem?
Not
Yeah, I
really.
do. She might know something. I wonder why Tegan doesn't like her.
You don't have to investigate everything, Drew.
Yes, I do.
Olivia steals Tegan's visitors, sounds like. You really want to do the dumb tour?
You don't have to come with me.
Side by side. Gotta be honest, it does sound more fun than the museum.
Yeah! Let's go! Ooh! Ned! Hi, sweetie.
Hi.
Nance, how have you been? Thanks for finally picking up.
Sorry. I've been on a flight.
Busy on another case, huh?
Yep.
You know, you should really enjoy yourself more, Nance. Life's too short to be working all the time.
This isn't
The
work for
background
me.
music
It's
from
fine.
Ned's call is definitely
Mine doesn't
from
take a
Venice.
vacation. Speaking of which, how's yours?
Ned, come on.
Yeah, 1 second.
Sounds like you're having fun.
You know, standard fare. Nothing too crazy. I miss you, Nance.
I miss you,
Hey, give it back.
too.
Nancy, I'll call you later.
Call you later, Nancy.
Well, that was...
So you're supposed to be like, wait, is Ned flirting with another girl? But it's like, honest truth is, no, he wouldn't, even though he probably deserves to. But, let's go, Deirdre. I honestly think Ned does deserve better than Nance. Whoop, we've got stuff coming in. Hello. Hey, Nancy. Deirdre gave me your number. Sorry about before. I was stressed. Don't worry about it. And thanks for getting in contact. Where can I find the museum? Oh, you're so welcome, by the way. We're on the opposite side of the town square from the courthouse. Just turn right and go past the old town cemetery. You can't miss it. Thanks. I'll stop by. Great. Ooh, Ned. Hey, Nance. How's it going? Hey, Ned. Everything's great. Austria has some wonderful views, and the people are so nice. How are you? I'm good. Still on vacation? Gonna hang out with a few friends tonight. Miss you. Miss you too, Nance. We'll have to catch up more later. The bus is here. Okay. Talk to you later. Hey, Nance, I swear you would have loved this place. Wait, if they're both on vacation, why are they on separate vacations? Why didn't they go on vacation together? We should go together sometime. There was a robbery and the book that I was looking for was stolen. What? You okay? Yeah, I'm fine. The thief dropped a torn plane ticket, so I'm following him back to the U.S. Nance, you sure you shouldn't just let the police handle it? I'm seeing this through. There's something going on, and I have to figure it out. Okay, just let me know if there's anything I can do. I will. I love you. Love you too. Ooh, and Carson. Hello, Nancy. As I mentioned on the phone, my old acquaintance in Salem asked me for a favor, and since you're already in the area, it would be great. It would be a great help if you could. It would be great if you could help. No worries. I love me a good castle. Still, I apologize for interrupting your vacation. I understand. Don't mention it. It was fun, really. Great. Let me know when you've met Dr. Hurst. The book should hopefully be stored somewhere in Musa. Will do. Talk to you later. Take care, Nance. Dad, I'm so sorry, but the book was stolen. Was anyone hurt? Are you okay? Yes, I'm fine. Elizabeth is shaken, but luckily she wasn't nearby when it happened. Did you get a good look at the thief? He was wearing a dark hood and used smoke bombs to cover his escape. I'm traveling to Salem to help a friend with a case that I think might be related. Always hot on the trail. Just be careful. An old book isn't worth putting yourself in danger. I'm always careful, Dad. You take care too. Love you, kiddo. Talk later. Okay. So that catches us up. We have our list of talk to Tegan at the museum and talk to Judge Danforth. Well, since we're right here. Hello? Oh, hi!
Visitors, by now you know the story of the witches of Salem.
Always,
Those
yes.
poor souls were caught in a time of fear and greed.
Yes.
And they paid the price. They may have died, but witchcraft lives on in Salem.
Oh, this should be interesting.
The world would have you believe witches were not real. I'm not talking about old, ugly women who curse their neighbors and fly on broomsticks. The truth is, witches are real. They have always been real. They are alive and well. They are powerful, carrying the secrets of the world beyond the one we see.
Ooh.
Ritual, mystery, magic. Most exist now only
Agreed.
in
Sweet.
secret, and they may be standing among you even now. It is said that in Salem, a coven of witches settled in recent years,
Ooh.
set on revenge for the deaths of the Salem witches. Their
Okay.
ritual, one midnight on Halloween, unleashed the angry spirits of the past.
So cool.
How did you do that? Thank you. Now, if any of you are interested in the real history of the witches of Salem, I provide self-guided tours through some of my favorite locations in town.
Oh, okay.
And perhaps you too will see one of the restless dead.
Austria used the same kind of stage magic she's using.
Thief? There was a thief? What were you doing there?
Visiting a spooky old castle. Would have liked it.
Do you regularly fly to Europe for investigations?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
And if you want to learn about being a witch, come forward.
Cool. Hi.
Uh-oh,
Hey!
here comes trouble.
Yeah.
Me? Never. Well, nothing too bad.
You know.
Did you know that in the Malleus Maleficarum, ginger hair was the sign of a witch? You're my kind of people.
I'm not
Well,
nearly
okay then.
as talented as you are.
Aw, shucks. You're making me blush. Oh, there it is. Now I'm turning red. You truly are a witch.
Well, all right
So
then.
to become a witch, do I need to take a test or get a diploma?
A true witch is not made with pieces of paper. She is born to it and will feel the call. Bureaucracy is for persecutors. We don't need permission. We don't live by the rules.
I mean,
Anyway, what can I help you with?
so how did you perform that trick?
How did you perform that trick?
A witch never reveals her secrets.
Neither does a
It's
magician.
against the witch code.
A code? I thought bureaucracy and rules were for persecutors.
True.
Although, if you take my self-guided tour, I promise you will learn at least one secret about being a witch.
Oh.
How often do you do this show?
Most nights. It gets busier around Halloween. And I'm sure you can figure out why.
Well,
How
yeah.
about the night that the Hathorn house was burned?
You look a little young to be working for the police, dear.
Not necessarily.
It's nothing like that. We're just curious tourists.
Good. Because I've already spoken with them.
And so, you were here.
I was out of town. Did you girls know that Salem is haunted? There's a ghost here. If you go on my tour, you'll learn where you can find it.
I mean, props on the cell. She ends every single interaction with, "Take my tour," and that'll answer your question. Would you like another question? Take my tour. It will answer this question.
Have you lived in Salem?
Props on her for the
Born
salesmanship.
and raised.
So you know the Perrys?
Of course. Not well. If you were looking for them, Tegan is at the museum. She works there.
Not well.
Okay.
We're staying with Tegan. I figured there was some history between you two.
That was a long time back.
All
We
right.
don't talk much now.
And May?
Yes, I know her too. Not spoken to her for a long time either.
Heard the rumors about her.
May is a troubled girl, and sometimes such girls get blamed for things that were not their... I don't think she burned down the Hathorn house, if that's what you're trying to get at.
All right,
People
then.
with mundane minds look for mundane explanations.
Interesting.
Do you really believe some modern witch coven unleashed ghosts on Salem?
About 8 years back, there were rumors of a coven.
Ooh.
They performed a ritual to return the dead witches to Salem to seek out their revenge before the witches moved on.
Oh.
Is there any evidence of such a coven?
Ever since then, ghost sightings have gone through the roof. Salem is now considered the most haunted place in the country.
I'm not sure that's
You
true.
think it's a coincidence that the former home of the Hathorns was set on fire?
How else could the fire have started?
I heard there was not a single living soul in the house when it started burning. Keyword living.
Yeah,
The world
okay.
is composed of 2 equal parts, dark and light.
Interesting.
The light we see every day. It's the trees, the people, the birds. It's our world.
Okay.
You can even see it at night. The dark is the unknown.
Uh-huh.
Plane of existence that vibrates just underneath the light. But if you were in a place like
Okay.
Salem, a place where a painful history permeates every surface, every crack, every brick, and every tomb, the dark will appear. Usually when you least expect it.
I mean,
That's why they say
that's a
don't be
theory.
out past midnight in Salem,
Ooh.
because the dark may reach out and take you.
Ooh.
Also, did you know that Salem has more ghost sightings than any other city in North America?
If you want to
learn
go more, you should take
should
my
go on
tour. I mean, the girl always finds a way to bring it back to her tour. You got to give her props as a saleswoman. I mean, that is not at all where I meant to go. I was aiming to go over here. There we go. Not that way. We want to go this way.
Hey, what are you doing?
He's a judge, Deirdre. He's not gonna bite. Hello? Judge Danforth.
Yeah, hello. Ted? Is that you?
No.
Ted?
Do I sound like a Ted?
No, Your Honor.
Don't
My
answer
name
that.
is Nancy Drew. I think you've spoken with my father.
Nancy Drew?
Yes.
Carson's daughter?
Yes.
Yes. And I'm with my friend Deirdre Shannon. We're investigating the arson of the Hathorn house.
Ah, yes, yes.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Can we come in?
Well, you see, no, I mean,
Oh.
I'd let you in, but I seem to have been locked in my office and I need some help getting out.
Okay.
I was hoping we could talk about the Hathorn house case.
Yes,
Yep.
it's a terrible tragedy for our town, but let's table that discussion for later, okay? I'd like to get out of my office first.
Do you have like a screwdriver or something? You could just pop the hinges from your side.
I
It's
wanted
not
to
that
talk to
hard.
you about the Book of Apologies. You know, the book in Austria. At the Mosam Castle.
Yes, Nancy, I would love to talk about it, but I would really love if we could do it in person, face to face, as opposed to through this door.
All right then.
Do you know where I could find a key to your office?
Yes, I believe I gave a copy of the key to Alicia Cole as backup. She's just down the hall. I hope she's still here.
Oh, I have so many issues with Alicia Cole.
Yes, can I help you?
So many.
So sorry to bother you at this hour, but we're here to meet with Judge Danforth, and he seems to be locked inside his office.
He said you might have a key.
Sorry, I gave him my spare. Unbelievable. Does this ever end?
Oh, well then, do you have a paperclip?
Okay.
Yeah. And if you don't mind me asking, what business do you two have with the judge?
We're helping the judge with a case.
Anything I can assist you with?
No.
Thanks, but I think we got it. No need for a lawyer. At least, not yet.
The diploma gave me away, huh?
Aside from the cold coffee you're still drinking and the deluxe open box of sticky tabs, yeah, you could say I know the type really well.
Nancy Drew, you really are your father's daughter. It's nice to finally meet you.
You know my dad?
Small
Who are
world.
you?
If you need any assistance or more paper clips, feel free to ask.
Yeah, okay. Sure.
Hello? Judge Danforth.
Uh-huh.
I'll come back later.
Okay, let's then grab the paperclip and
Judge
pick the lock.
Danforth? I couldn't find your key.
What? Alicia said she'd keep a copy for me.
Well, I did find a paperclip. I think I can pick your lock, if that's okay with you.
Okay.
Sure, fine.
Since when does Nancy ask permission?
Challenge.
So okay, that one's a little bit harder to push up. Okay. So we push this one up till it locks in place. Then this one up. Okay. That one, then this one, probably. Nope. Okay. Okay, we've got ads rolling in a few minutes. So when the ads roll, I'm going to take a quick break. I need a blanket because it is cold today. Oh my gosh, it is so cold today. And I'm going to get some caffeine to wake me up. There we go. Why did that not work? That should have worked. Maybe I just didn't get the last one all the way up. That should have worked. Thank you. Thank you.
Still got it.
Efficient. How'd you learn to do that, actually?
Online video tutorial.
Someday you have to tell me about your secret life of breaking and entering, Drew. Because you're in danger of being cool. Which, honestly, I just don't like.
Someday.
Fair enough. Honey, how did you think I solved most of those cases? Hey, how's it going?
Ah, those protesters are out there again. Stirring the pot.
Yeah!
You know, this town used to be a quiet place. But
It
seems
did!
lately there's been an element that has infiltrated our community. I have no doubt one of those troublemakers locked my door and threw away the key. Now, Nancy.
Shouldn't you be able to unlock it from the inside, though?
Oh, sorry. I'm not Nancy.
Of course you're not. You look nothing like Carson. Did your father ever tell you about the time we won 4th place at the Lake Winnipesaukee Regatta?
Okay.
You see, at the time I had 20/10 vision, so I was the navigator and...
Judge, this is Deirdre Shannon.
Can we, like,
She's
not
working
worry about
with me
that
on
right
the
now?
case.
Deirdre, you're the one who tried to break down my door.
Deirdre, you did what now?
Your Honor, that's an exaggeration. I was knocking. Heavily.
Look, I'm really busy. Dealing with this house business. Being a judge is not as simple as, you know, investigating during your free time.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, we just used our free time to unlock your door. So I'm sure you'll be willing to repay us with some answers to our questions.
That dude just... Oh!
Yes, of course. What can I help you, girl?
Being a judge isn't as easy as investigating. Yeah. Ooh. Them's fighting words. You just insulted Nancy. Oh, buddy. Alright, fine. Can you explain how you're involved with the Hawthorne
Can you
House?
explain to us how you're involved with the Hathorn House?
Well, yes. The house was built by Judge John Hathorne during the 1600s.
Alright.
And it represented the oldest surviving structure from that era. Judge Hathorne, of course, was one of the 3 judges that presided over the Salem witch trial.
Fun!
Yes, and I'm sure we can read all about the home's history in Salem's museum.
More recently, Francis Tuttle, Judge
Okay.
Hathorne's last direct descendant, lived in a small section of the house while the rest was left to fall into considerable disrepair. She was alone, except for a part-time caregiver, Lauren Holt, who had a bedroom in the carriage house. A few months ago, Francis Tuttle passed away,
Oh,
which left Hathorne House without a legal heir.
did it?
According to the historical statutes of Salem, after 90 days, the house reverts to public property. The deadline of which is 2 days from
Okay.
now, at midnight.
It said my ad break was starting soon, so if you give it a second, I want to see if the ad break starts before we talk to him again. Because it should. About 30 seconds maybe. It's weird because it's like there's a countdown for the ad break, and then it's like, oh, your ads are starting, and then it doesn't tell me for like another minute that my ads have started. And it's like, what? What? So have my ads started or not? I have a thought though. There it is. Okay. So I'm going to give you guys the break video while the ads run, and I will be back in just a minute or two. I'm going to get some caffeine and a nice blanket because it is freezing today. You know I'm working on that. Are you trying to help?
Wow, yeah. Jump in that snow. Run in that snow, doggy. Yeah.
Poor thing, it's up to her belly.
Yeah. Seems like she's having a ball, though.
She loves the deep snow. She absolutely loves the deep snow.
It's like, I don't know where to go. I'll just keep running.
I mean, like, she kind of hates it when it's just like, you know, a little bit of snow. But when it's deep like this, oh, she loves it.
There she goes.
Did she come back?
No, she's going home.
It'll probably make him more anxious, whatever happens to you. Sorry. Coming back. And I do want to put this over here. Why am I suddenly not seeing this on OBS? There it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. Okay, nope, we're good. We're good. We're good. Okay. All right. Sorry. So, talking more about Francis.
Told that the burning of Hathorn House is suspected to be a case of arson. How did the police come to that conclusion?
The investigation found paint solvent residue on burnt embers, suggesting someone deliberately used an accelerant. Thankfully, Mrs. Tuttle never had to see what became of her home.
I mean...
What evidence do you have that May Perry is the one responsible for this?
Evidence? Have you ever heard of recidivism? 3 out of 4 criminals in the United States are repeat offenders.
Okay,
and
no.
There's only one person in all of Salem who has a history of fire-related crime.
So, there is no evidence?
No.
Not yet, but there will be.
You
Okay,
don't need
no.
evidence. She's already been convicted in the court of public opinion.
Is that what she said?
No, I'm saying it.
Very, very
She
point.
has a
Very good
history
point.
with this sort of thing.
What's May's motive? What does she gain by burning down?
What's
the
her
Hathorn
history?
You'd have to ask her. And while you're at it, you can ask about her alibi, which she refused to give to the police. So, any other questions?
Quite a few, actually. Quite a few. That is a lot of issues that I have with your reasoning here, Judge. Number one, paint solvent is why you think it was arson. On a few embers. You realize just about every home these days has paint solvent. I have some downstairs. Right? Every home that uses paint has paint and paint solvent, especially if you're big into DIY, like I am. Every home also generally has things like gasoline. So, like, unless you were finding paint solvent in a room where paint solvent would not normally be stored, that's not like oh, it has to be arson because there was paint solvent. No. No. I'm going to have to say no on that. Secondly, you have no evidence that she was even there. The only thing you have is a record, and considering she's still, I think she's supposed to, Megan is supposed to be around 18, 17 right now. That means you have a juvie record for arson. That's a huge leap. Plus, you're not stopping the papers from doing any reporting on this. Deirdre's right. She's already been convicted in the court of public opinion, and you're not helping the situation.
So the Book of Apologies. Why did you really need it?
Yes, and first of all, I'm so glad you're all right. Nasty business. Had I known you were going to be put in harm's way, I would have never called Carson and asked for his help.
I've done plenty of work for my father. Trust me. I can handle myself.
Yes, I'm sure you can.
Uh-huh.
So I've already heard some stories, but would you mind giving me your version of why the book is important?
Yes.
So, Judge Sewell was rumored to keep a ledger of all the
I kind of wish I could do
intending the
some
publisher to reconcile with their families
audio.
and clear their names. But he passed away.
So,
before he
some
could do so.
audio tweaking here. They won't let me do that. They just have one audio slider. Which is annoying because, like, the background music is
I
pretty
have been under
high.
some pressure from
But the voices are
AW.
kind of low, so I kind of wish I could
AWS
back
is
the background music
accused
down just a little bit
witches.
in this.
Don't you think it's dangerous throwing around May's name as a suspect before any evidence links her to the crime?
Right?
What do you mean? What are you saying?
From what you've described, there is no evidence against May. Yet you were saying that she did it. As a judge, I think you would be the first to admit that sounds prejudicial.
It is not just me, Miss True. There are plenty of people who believe that May is responsible for this crime. It is not prejudice when she is the only likely suspect.
Actually,
Okay, it's gonna have to be turned up a little bit.
Definition of prejudice.
I'm not going to have this debate with you. Is there anything else?
Give me a second.
Miss True, before you go.
No.
There is something else I need your help with.
Ugh, what
You're not
now?
locked out of your car, are you?
Oh no. there was an incident here recently.
Okay.
Someone broke into the evidence room.
Oh. Have you called the police?
Well, no, not yet. I don't think anything was taken. Never mind. I'll call the police. Thank you for your time.
Okay. So actually, before we leave his office, I want to go to settings. See, like, usually with the audio volumes, it would, like... Let's go to advanced. Let's see if I can... Here we go! Here we go! Here we go! Here we go. Yeah, music volume is up way too high. Can we back that down a bit? We can back the ambient down a little bit. We can back the UI down a little bit. Dialogue should be way up, and we can back the sound effects down a little bit. There we go. That's better.
What can I help you girls with?
So, how did Frances Tuttle pass away exactly?
The woman was 88 years old. The coroner confirmed her death was of natural causes.
So they never investigated Lauren Holt.
Okay.
You need the suspicion of foul play to investigate someone, young lady.
We'd like to speak with her all the same.
She still lives on the estate, although for how much longer we do not know.
Alright, we can turn him
We'll
up
also
just a
find
little
her
bit
at her shop,
more.
Luminous Infusions. She might be willing to talk to you.
Fun.
Talk to you later.
Okay, let's turn you guys up just a little bit more. Okay, audio volume is maxed. Yeah, okay. Alright, then what we will do is we will go over to OBS and crank the game volume up just a smudge. Is what we'll do at that point. Okay. Perfect. So, let's talk to you.
So, how did your meeting go with the judge?
Informative. But he's not telling us everything.
Don't worry. Come back tomorrow. He'll be in a better mood then.
Well, okay then. Okay. Okay. I could probably crank the volume up just a smudge more on OBS. And we should be okay from that point out. Probably about there. Should do. Okay. Well, alright then, let's go find somebody else to talk to. False judgment, false claim. Justice delayed is justice denied. False judgment, okay. Okay, what do we got here? An ice cream shop?
The aren't making a lot of business right now.
Ooh, should we take the witch tour?
Anything else we can talk to you about?
Uh-oh, here comes trouble.
Hey! I'm not
Talk to you later.
that troublesome, so usually, sometimes.
Darn, missed the opening hours. Better luck tomorrow.
Okay. So that's not open. Well, let's go here. Then. Hi.
Hey, sorry about the mess. We're in the middle of installing a big showcase.
Okay.
So what have you seen in town so far?
We decided
not
to
a
do
whole
the
lot.
Real Witches tour.
Oh, you talked to Olivia.
Yes.
What's with her getup? Witch? Street magician, maybe?
Everyone has to make a living. Is she telling the story about a coven living here in the recent past?
Yeah. Why?
Just bad taste.
Olivia is quite the local character. I hope you don't mind if we do the tour. I want to see more of the town, and finding out a place's old superstitions is kind of a habit I've gotten into.
Yay!
I'm excited to look around the museum.
Of course.
Found a tour for the witches. Okay. We can carve pumpkin! Hee. We can carve pumpkin. He happy. He happy. Haha.
Done.
Carving
looks
pumpkin
great.
is really messy.
Now to find a nice place to put it.
Carving pumpkins are really messy. How do you have that, like, set up here? Like, that is a really messy process. There we go.
Yes.
Haha!
Let's see.
See something strange? Unnatural smoke? People loitering? Someone carrying a jerry can? Don't hesitate! Report it! Because there's smoke where there's smoke! There's fire.
Let's see.
The nightly ghost tour, the haunted, okay, the haunted. Okay, cool. So, ooh. Oh, I did not click out on purpose. Roger Compton founded Salem in 1626 as a colonial town which was first called Nunamake for the settlement's location at the north of the Nunamake River. The settlers wanted to call it Salem, inspired by the Hebrew word for peace. Despite the peaceful beginnings of as a settlement of immigrants, Salem is best remembered for the witch trials of the 17th century, the deadliest witch hunt in American history. England had their own witch trials also in the 17th century, and had passed a Witchcraft Act, making it a law to put anyone who practiced witchcraft to death. The settlers knew about the dangers of witchcraft through their own histories, but history still repeated itself. From 1692 until 1693, over 200 were accused. The Court of Oyer and the Terminer was established by Governor William Phelps to interrogate those accused of the work of the devil. Witchcraft, the work of the devil, or witchcraft. Phelps and his active duty governor, Thomas Danforth, both men of position and wealth, appointed judges to preside over the trials. One of the harshest judges on the accused was the rich and powerful magistrate, Judge John Hawthorne. Hawthorne's examinations and interrogations relied on spectral evidence, and has been noted in history that he often judged with an assumption of guilt. Many believe the accused often gained in wealth and land rights from their accusations, and sentencing that was solely based upon a spectral evidence. After a dark period of the trials, laws were changed, and Salem's shipping and merchant economy grew. The settlement became a place of assembly for officials during the War of Independence. Many luminaries hailed from Salem, including noted author Nathaniel Hawthorne, born in 1804.
Sad that even children are named in the list of those accused witches, like Abigail Johnson, just 11.
Oh, okay. So she said that before I even picked up the book, but yeah, okay, we're going to show text for this one because it's a little small. The Salem witch trials were a tragic time where those accused of witchcraft were not only adults. The hysteria and accusations implicated even the youngest in Salem, the children. Many children were accused, tried, and put into prison. In 1692, Abigail Johnson, the age of 11, was one such child accused of witchcraft. Her mother, Elizabeth Johnson Sr., was also accused of witchcraft in the trials. Abigail had lost her father just 2 years before the Salem trials, and she was being raised by her mother and grandfather. The trials were known for accusing many widows and people who were in trouble for any number of reasons, especially those who may have had relatives who were outspoken against the trials or came from a position of wealth. Such was the case for young Abigail. History notes that her grandfather was an early critic of the witch trials and was known to be outspoken about the injustices of the trials proceedings. Abigail and numerous members of Abigail's family were accused of witchcraft. The examinations were known to take into account members of the family for many of those accused. For Abigail, this included her mother, her sister, and one of the more famous persons accused of the trials, her aunt, Abigail Faulkner. Aunt Abigail Faulkner was arrested around the same time as young Abigail and accused of afflicting others, resulting in her confession. For Abigail Johnson, this time in her life was a long series of examinations, accusations, trials, and depositions. Her aunt was arrested on August 11 of 1692. Her testimonies resulted in an arrest warrant being issued for young Abigail on August 29. Even though she was only 11, Abigail's widowed mother was also arrested. The Johnsons were arrested and examined on September 16th, shortly after. Abigail's brother was arrested. Other family members, including her cousins, were examined and are recorded as being among the young children who were accused of the Salem witch trials. The trials appear to have been embroiled in suspicion and accusations, where neither family nor child were spared from implication, questioning, and arrest. For Abigail Johnson, while both she and her family were arrested, none were among those who were executed. Still, the accused who were imprisoned suffered from poor conditions and the loss of friends and family. After the trial, many of the accused were known to have petitioned the courts for payment for their losses and asked the court to clear their family names. The family of Abigail Johnson, who were accused of witchcraft, included her brother, Stephen Johnson, and her older sister, Elizabeth Johnson. fear of the dark, evil spirits possessing the people of Salem, both the old and the young, caused the hysteria, resulting in 20 people executed and over 200 accused of witchcraft. Sadly, the hysteria started with accusations that actually originated from young children. When Elizabeth Parris, age 9, Abigail Williams, age 11, claimed to be possessed by the devil and blamed local witches for their accusations. Ironically, so the same girl who was convicted of witchcraft also accused somebody else of witchcraft? Oh, so confusing. Ironically, these first accusers were children. Their accusations became the spark that led to young children, even younger than Abigail Johnson, being added to the growing list of accused. When the children who were accused of witchcraft were arrested, like Abigail Johnson, they endured pain while kept in what locals called witch jails. The children accused and arrested had cold, dark walls in the prisons with rats and little food. Dorothy Dorcas Good was the youngest child in the trials. She was accused when she was only 4. She was the youngest among the accused and had to spend 8 months in a prison dungeon. The trials ended for little Dorothy, but her mother, Sarah Good, was later executed. The little children accused of witchcraft in the Salem witch trials suffered and are always to be remembered as we honor the accused. Ugh. Okay. That's nasty stuff. So, Tegan hates the witch trial, the witch tour, right? But it's part of the museum. Because, what's her name? The woman who runs the witch tours runs the museum. Runs the museum gift shop, right? Olivia. Olivia runs the museum gift shop. So, how is Tegan like, oh, the witch tour is just the worst, don't even bother, when it's actually like, it's part of the museum itself? Maybe she just didn't get a choice on whether it was part of the museum? Okay. Excuse me. There we go. We got it.
Uh-oh, here comes trouble.
Hi!
Talk to you later.
Okay, I wanted to give you the
This
ticket.
tour sounds interesting.
Welcome on my tour.
Thank you.
Okay. So, welcome on my tour is just, here's a tablet, go walk around the city. We can do this. Hang on, we can do this.
Fire at Hathorn House. We all know certain renegades in this town know something or two about fire.
May Perry, you don't think she'd do it again, do you? She was so young.
Wouldn't surprise me. Creeping around back alleys with her hood head down? Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Well, with her history, she's bound to already be in the sights of the neighborhood watch. So we'll find out soon enough.
Why is the neighborhood watch? It shouldn't be. It should be the police, shouldn't it? Not the neighborhood watch that you're. Okay.
The road has completely collapsed into the sinkhole. No wonder they closed it off. The ground is still crumbling.
Yes. Let's grab the tablet because we've got a thing here.
Oh there, watch your step. In
Yes.
recent years, these maws into the deep unknown have opened. There was once a vast network of tunnels beneath Salem.
Really?
Used by smugglers during the Prohibition era. Most would have you believe that these tunnels are now collapsing. But you have to wonder if there could be something more sinister behind these sudden maws into the underworld.
No, it's probably just collapsing tunnels, but I appreciate the hustle. Gotta sell the bit, right? We got another one right here.
The Salem Museum, known formerly as the Town Hall.
Really?
Not only a great resource for the Salem witch trials, It also holds records of other interesting facets of our local history. Anyone visiting Salem does well to seek out the forbidden knowledge hidden in these halls.
Okay.
The carefully researched genealogy of several accused witches. Their names weren't fully cleared until 2001.
Yeesh. There we go. That's what I was looking at.
It was a time of horror, when the witches who walked the earth were wrongfully prosecuted and thus stripped of everything.
Well, all right
These are
then.
the ghosts you'll find here in Salem. Their homes taken, their knowledge destroyed, their lives erased.
So immigrant, colonist, colonist, immigrant, 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 colonist, immigrant, colonist, immigrant, immigrant. Got a lot more colonists over here. Okay, so it's about an even split. Hmm. 1692 witch trials.
Closed off. Looks like they're preparing a new installation.
So this used to be the town hall then. Intriguing. Okay. Fun. Let's go into... Here we go. Alright, so Judge Hathorne's grave, the unmarked graves, the Little Liberty statue, and the Hawthorne house itself. So everything else is in here. Like this one. Judge Hawthorne's grave. Haha.
Stand before the remains of Salem's most zealous and conniving judge.
Yes.
So lacking in morals was Judge Hathorne that he sentenced innocents to death while claiming the estates of the dead as his own.
Really?
Unlike the more remorseful Judge Sewell, Hathorne never felt any guilt for his part in the Salem witch trials.
Well, I mean, he may have felt guilt. It was just offset by the fact that he made an awful lot of money off of it. Samuel Paris. Ooh. Paris was one of the judges, wasn't he? Here we go. We got another one.
Through these woods lies the infamous Hathorne estate.
Yes.
It was common during the Salem witch trials that the lands of the accused were taken and resold for cheap.
Uh-oh.
The judge himself bought many such lands, and on them built his grand estate. The Hathorne house has since come to represent all the wrongs that were inflicted during the trial.
And we're mad that it burnt down because? She's like, oh, it stands for all the wrongs that have happened. It's like, well, then why are we so mad that it burnt down? Shouldn't that be like, well, at least now we don't have that reminder of everything. At least now that's gone.
These headstones bear names lost to history, but some believe they belong to those sentenced for witchcraft. A condemned witch was forbidden from being buried on consecrated ground.
Okay.
But many victims were buried by loved ones in secrecy, and some may have found their eternal rest beneath these unmarked graves.
Well, okay then. Can I... There we go. There we go. Roger Conant. Alrighty. Oi, Deirdre. I understand we're working side by side, Deirdre, but do you have to be in my face? There we go. Bringing light into the darkness.
Before you stands Abigail Hathorne, helping the accused witches escape the grasp of her own brother, Judge
Well,
Hathorne
all right then.
himself. Abigail freed many from their holding cells until the judge caught her in the act and locked her up in a cell deep within the Hathorne house. The statue was given the name Little Liberty in honor of her valiant efforts to free the innocent.
Okay, I'm officially exhausted. Let's head back to the Perry house, okay?
Not yet. I mean, this does not look like she's helping the wicked or the accused from this angle. This looks like she's handing out a beatdown. From this angle, this looks like she's actually not like, oh, here, let me help you. This looks like, I'm gonna get you for that. Is it just me? I don't think that's what they meant. Let me try a different angle on this. Hi, Deirdre. Can we try a different angle on this statue? No, doesn't look that great from that angle either. Okay, no. Still doesn't look helpful from this angle either. Oh boy. Alright, what do we got on my to-do list? Try talking to May again. Okay, so I guess the only thing we have left on the list is to head back to the house. Can we talk to anybody before we head back to the house? Let's try talking to you. Hello?
How's the investigating going?
I'm
Any
working on
progress
it.
with May?
I've got some leads. I haven't had much progress with May, though.
No.
I was wondering if I could ask you a couple of questions, if you have time.
Sure thing. How can I help?
Ooh, we've got a lot of questions. Well, let's start at the top and work our way down,
What's
shall
this new
we?
showcase about?
Yes. This new showcase is going to be really cool. Just in time for Halloween, you know?
Fun.
But what is it about? If you come back on Halloween, I'll show you.
If I'm in town. Nancy doesn't stay in one place too long.
Can I show you something?
There's a reason she lives out of a
I found
carry-on.
this letter at your house, and I'm curious who wrote it.
Let me see it.
Do you recognize it?
No, I don't. Were you digging through our trash?
I saw it. Couldn't help myself. What can I say? I love a good puzzle.
It's trash.
Huh.
Can you keep your assistant out of my garbage?
She's not my... Assistant isn't really the right word.
I can think of others.
Fine. Anything else?
Nancy doesn't let any details slip by her, no matter how mundane. And that just might be what we need to help May.
This is true.
Okay. Well, I don't know what it is. I've never seen it before.
Uh-huh.
Could be
But
one
you
of
had a
May's
very
weird friends from
interesting
school, for all
reaction.
I know. Okay?
Ooh,
I thought she didn't
snow's
really have
starting
any
to stick
friends.
out there.
Well, I don't know who wrote it, okay?
Interesting. Right? Because you're like, have you ever seen this? And she was like, no, I haven't. No, never. Nope, no idea. Don't know what you're talking about. Nope. Hey, look at that over there. She seems to recognize it, but doesn't want me to know she recognizes it.
Do you think your claim on Hathorne House and the arson are related?
I sure think so.
And why is that? Because they're accusing May?
Bingo. They're going after my family because they can't get to me. Someone thinks they can intimidate me. Well, they have no idea how stubborn a Perry can be.
Well, okay then. I mean, fair. That's happened to me before. My father used to work at a school, and he controlled the finances, and there were certain people in the school that wanted him to approve things that he didn't want to approve. So they went at my family first to get him to do what they wanted him to do, and he said no because it wasn't good for the school. But it was a whole thing. Basically, they ended up canceling my prom, my homecoming, And they almost canceled valedictorian of my class that year. Because my dad wouldn't do what they said. To lash out. They lashed out at me because they couldn't get to him. Yeah, I had a rough senior year.
Do you have any more information about the Salem witch trials?
Did the exhibitions manage to spark your interest?
They did. I found this display showing the ancestry of the accused.
Yes.
But it didn't seem fully complete. I was wondering if you had more information stored here somewhere.
Oh?
Well, we do have the upper floor, which is also where I keep most of my accused witches stuff.
Oh?
Would it be okay for me to go up there? I'd really like getting a better picture of the history of Salem.
Usually we don't allow people up on the second floor.
Oh?
It's restricted. But maybe just this once I can make an exception. You are here to help, after all. So if you think it would benefit you, feel free to go up there.
Thank you.
I'll open the door for you. It's actually really cool. The stairs are hidden behind a bookcase. Hold on.
What? Okay, that is actually really cool, but also why? But also awesome, but also why?
Going. Any progress with May?
Woo! I like it, but why?
So what's the deal with these pumpkins?
Oh, yeah. I've prepared some pumpkins that visitors can carve and bring with them to place around Salem. Feel free to give it a try if you want. It's really fun and completely free.
How? How is that?
Talk to you later.
I don't know if you've ever carved a pumpkin, but it's a mess. And then you've got like people carving tons of pumpkins and sticking them around town. Okay, nope, I'm fine. It's cool. We're good. Okay, so how do I get back there? No, this isn't what I wanted. Although I appreciate the pumpkins, that's not what I was aiming for. There we go. We're there. Ooh. Okay, so that's the stairs to go. I didn't mean to do that. There we go. Gotta scooch around Deirdre. I told you the navigation in this is, difficult, right?
Whoa, originals? These books must be hundreds of years old. No wonder they're restricted. I hope their information is still open to the public, at least.
Oh, I'm sure it's still open to the public, but... yeah, you don't want just anybody, like, grabbing and messing with these kinds of books. Hello. More books. Salem and Prohibition. The AW sign is suspected to be created by bootleggers during the Prohibition. Criminals used the sign of the AW, stating it stood for another way, cleverly thinking those opposing strong drinking would believe AW signs to be proclaiming and meaning to choose another way or lifestyle, to choose to turn from the use of spirits, while some believed that to be a good message to turn users to another way of life. It was in reality only a cover. To smugglers and gangsters, the AW sign was code for another way out. The AWs were carved in trees and were hidden markings used as a sign that marked the path that led the way to the hidden tunnels underground so they could smuggle their goods out. The directional signs, according to tales, led to secret underground passages to smuggle the illegal goods to gangsters and gain the wealth of the illegal beverages. The bootlegger's old inscription, AW, marked the way to underground tunnels that helped to transport beverages and goods under the nose of the law. Fun. What do we got here?
Someone's a busy bee. Old court protocols, ancestry records. Tegan is really digging deep into the witch trials.
Yep. What do we got? AW notes, are you a descendant? The Salem witch trials descendants have spread all over the globe with 20 victims executed and over 200 accused, and over 150 having been arrested. Well, yeah, because if 200 were accused, then okay. Anyway, the accused and convicted now have a growing number of descendants and relatives. The descendants and relatives have an interest in discovering their past and honoring the victims. Do you have family ties to the accused? Here at the History Museum of Salem, we keep genealogy lists in memory of the accused. Be sure to join the museum's family tree and support the events and lectures that educate and honor the victims and their relatives and descendants. Samuel Wardwell, May 16, 1643 to September 2, 1692, was a male born May 16, 1643. He was accused of witchcraft, executed by hanging in September 22nd of 1692. Born to Thomas Wardwell and Elizabeth Woodruff, wife Sarah Hawkes Wardwell. Children, Marcy Wardwell, Samuel Wardwell Jr., accused by 14-year-old William Baker Jr. The motive was greed to gain a possible motive for Samuel Wardwell being accused, being proclaimed guilty of witchcraft. Sarah, his wife, had a large estate she would lose if her husband was convicted of witchcraft. The provenance of Massachusetts Bay law stated that the accused of witchcraft and dealing with the devil would incur loss of inheritance and property rights. The victims and relatives were not protected of their rights. The descendants of the accused witches in Salem fight for their rights. In 1712, Samuel Wardwell Jr. sued the colony. Sarah Good, born July 11th, 1653, in Salem, Essex, Massachusetts. Born to John Sorlett and Sarah Elizabeth Colick. Children, Peter Good, John Good, Dorcas Good, Mercy Good. Sister to Martha Killingham, Bethia Hendrick, John Sollett, and Mary Sollett. Oh, I guess two of her siblings never married. Tried and hanged on July 19. Accused records for Sarah Good, accused by Abigail Williams and Betty Paris of the Reverend Paris. Spectral evidence was known to be false. Sarah Good's daughter of age 4, Dorcas Good, was charged with witchcraft, examined by Judge Hawthorne, found guilty as the youngest child accused, and sentenced and was put in jail in chains. Motive? Neighbors did not like her scornful nature and requests for charity as she was a poor woman. Tituba called her a witch first, then the Paris girls, all creating stories to have her tried for witchcraft. Interesting, because I thought Tituba was also proclaimed as a witch. Okay. The AW, the Accused Witches Organization, recognizing the injustices of the past by honoring and supporting the ancestors of the accused. Righting the wrongs of the past, we fight for justice and clearings of all the family names. We educate with special lectures in the AW meetings to remember the past and prevent witch hunts of the future. The AW is a safe community to express your feelings for the lost relatives and seek ways to honor their memories, and where those descendants of the accusers to seek forgiveness, fundraising for the memorial for the lives lost in the global witch trials, and relatives and descendants around the world. Join us in fighting for the evidence that proves the innocence of the wrongly accused. The past cannot be repeated. raising awareness through education, events, and memorials for the accused. We also have healing series, special community support for accusers and the accused for healing of the past to grow a better future. A moment to reclaim selected lands that were a movement to reclaim selected lands that were illegally lost to greed in the trials for the creation of the centers for memorials, events, and lectures. The AW have their rights. Today, they can be restored through global centers that educate, restore, and honor all of the accused. All right then. So what is this? The real evil was in the accusers rather than those accused. The shame of being associated with the killings of most of the innocent Salem witch trials. This isn't from Tegan, this is an excerpt. So, the shame of being accused with the killings of the innocents in the Salem witch trials had a devastating impact on those associated with the accusers of the innocents who had blood on their hands. For the descendants, the shame was often too great to endure. Many moved from the area to start new lives. Others changed their names. Famous author Nathaniel Hawthorne was such a descendant. Author Nathaniel Hawthorne was born Nathaniel Hawthorne, and he was the great-great-grandson of the noted ruthless Judge John Hawthorne, who sent many of their descendants to their death. The spelling of the name was changed to Hawthorne, in part to remove himself from the connection to his ancestors' shameful past. At one point, Nathaniel Hawthorne felt he was under a curse. He often wrote about Salem and the shame and sadness he felt in his book, The Scarlet Letter. He wrote of John Hawthorne, so conspicuous in the martyrdom of witches that their blood may fairly well be said to have left a stain upon him. Reverend Samuel Parris did not apologize. However, he did say in 1694 that I may have been mistaken. He was kicked out of the village, but his family remained. It was rumored in later years of there being an ancestor that had altered their name to Perry. Well, somebody knows, all right. Anything on the back? No. Okay. So the note of I know is probably Tegan runs the witches group, the accused witches group, but she is a Perry, or she's a Paris, who changed her name.
How's the investigating going? Any progress with May?
I'm working on it.
Talk to you later.
Okay. So then, anybody else we can talk to? Well, we can talk to the judge, we can talk to the lawyer, and we can try talking to Olivia. Oh. Navigation here is difficult. Difficult. Navigation is difficult. What you got for me?
Here comes trouble.
So this statue in the cemetery.
There's this statue in the cemetery.
Little Liberty. A
Yep.
highlight of my tour. Many people come here just to get a picture of it. It is said to portray Abigail Hathorne helping the accused witches escape the trials. Some
That's
even
not
believe
what
that
it looks like
Abigail's
it
ghost
portrays.
still walks the forest surrounding the Hathorne house, her twisted soul now dragging the living into the afterlife.
Okay.
Talk to you later.
That doesn't sound like the Abigail from Life, but alrighty. Alright, let's go talk to the judge, see if there's anything else. I want to see if there's anybody else we can talk to before we head out.
can I help you girls with?
So how valid is the claim?
How valid is the claim the accused witches have against the Hathorn House?
I have been working with Tegan Perry, the organizer of that group. The Book of Apologies would have presented evidence Miss Perry could use for her claim.
And
Okay.
without it,
Their case is incomplete. According to the statutes of Salem established in 1629, property ownership was placed under the vacuum domicilium doctrine, meaning that any unused land would be made available to any member of the public who was willing to settle on it. This comes into effect 90 days after the land is abandoned at midnight, meaning it will happen with the Hathorn estate in 2 days.
Okay.
Talk to you later.
But like, here's the thing, even if the accused witches can prove that they were innocent, doesn't that mean that like there's a statute of limitations that they can't reclaim the land? Unless of course you're saying, well, then it wasn't it's not a statute of limitation, unless we're saying then it's like murder at that point. Right? Unless we're saying, oh, well, then it's not, since they were innocent, now it's murder.
I'll come back later.
Okay. So I can't talk to her. We've talked to everybody else. Okay, we want to go down to the other side of the street. Hey, Deirdre, let's go! You've been itching to go home? Let's go home. Okay.
So, any thoughts?
first album was better.
Yeah, totally. It's good.
Really? You like this?
It's
Why
not bad.
wouldn't I?
Yeah, well, they were much better before they
Nice
changed their
lo-fi.
bassist.
I meant the case. What do you think about it?
I don't like the judge.
Yeah, I kinda got that. I think the feeling's mutual.
Well, he's a jerk. Maybe he burned down the Hathorn house.
Okay.
What? You don't think so?
I don't think the judge burned down the house.
I don't think the judge burned down the house. But losing the accused witch's evidence seems a little too convenient.
Exactly. It's the absence of a case, which
Huh.
is why May should be considered innocent.
Not
If May were willing to
necessarily.
give an alibi, we could clear this up tonight. She's not talking to anyone, it seems. We are all allowed to enjoy some amount of privacy, but her refusal to be interviewed leads me to believe she is hiding something.
I can't believe you, Drew.
Not
I thought you were
necessarily.
here to help.
Look, just because I'm saying she's
You know,
hiding
not
something.
everyone can be as brilliant and cold as you are.
I'm not cold. And I never said I was brilliant either.
You need to get May to trust you. If she trusts you, she'll open up and tell you the truth.
Yeah, okay.
And then you'll see. You're kind of my last hope to reach her. You're good at finding ways to get people to open up.
I am
Usually.
actually.
So find a way.
I'll try.
Okay. So we talk to her now.
Hi. Hey, what are you listening to?
You like this?
Yeah, we were listening on the way over. First album was much better.
Too bad they changed bassists, right?
Yeah. Too bad they changed bassists.
Yeah, I know, right? It's just, you don't look like you listen to this music.
It's
does
just
no one believe
lo-fi.
Now you
It's
know
not that
how I
bad.
feel.
May,
What music do I look like I listen
but
to?
I'm here to help you.
I didn't burn down the Hathorn house.
Okay. Why does everyone think you did?
It's called prejudice. They look different. Or something like that.
Yeah, so does judging me for my music tastes.
What can I say? You're stupid. Can't believe it's gone.
Just
You
by
ever
looking
visit
at
the
me.
estate?
All the time.
Okay.
I appreciated it.
Oh, why? Because it's historically significant?
It was built by a cold, brutal man who sent a bunch of people to their death because he didn't understand them.
Fair enough.
I appreciate being reminded of what happens when greedy people stay in charge.
Alright, maybe one more question.
Can you tell me anything about
Because we've
Olivia
got a
Ravencroft?
few seconds before
Anything at all?
Well, about
she doesn't get along
about
with my
2
sister.
minutes.
Really? Why?
I don't know. They had some falling out a while ago. You should ask her.
Do you think Olivia would have any reason to light the
They're
Hathorn
playing
house on
2
fire?
different
Let me put
musics
it
on
this
top
way.
of each other, and that's
Olivia is
frustrating.
what we call in this town part of the witch business. Anything dramatic, spectacular, or with fire, she's usually involved.
So you think she did it?
I didn't say that. I just think it's possible that she could have.
Okay.
Alright. We'll come back to you.
She has a strange
Oh,
way of
that's
showing it
not
sometimes.
what I meant to do.
Well, she cared enough to get Deirdre and I involved.
I worry about her.
How come?
She takes her work really seriously. Like, she cares. A lot.
Okay.
Way more than most normal people do for their passion projects. It's not a hobby, it's more like something she has to do.
Kinda sounds like me.
I hope not. It's like her personal crusade, like only she can make it better or something. You can't live your life like that. You need to
I need to pause everything because we've started an ad. Alright, so I'm going to pause all that while the ad runs. So nobody misses anything, so nobody feels like they're missing anything. I will go ahead and put on the break video real fast. And I'm going to have a stretch. You know I'm working on that. Are you trying to help?
Wow, yeah. Jump in that snow. Run in that snow, doggy. Yeah.
Poor thing, it's up to her belly.
Yeah. Seems like she's having a ball, girl.
She loves the deep snow. She absolutely loves the deep snow.
It's like, I don't know where to go. I'll just keep running.
I mean, like, she kind of hates it when it's just like, you know, a little bit of snow. But when it's deep like this, oh, she loves it.
There she goes.
Did she come back?
No, she's going home.
It'll probably make him more anxious. Whatever happens here, he's told. You have no clue. You didn't see what we saw. I don't know. What exactly? I'm not sure. The pirates seem so real to me.
Alright, we should be ready to restart.
Enjoy it. Enjoy it with people you love.
Come on.
Yeah, believe me, I know.
So we've got the music playing from, I want to call her Megan. I keep calling her Megan. I think that's her name. But we have the music playing from her phone, and we have the background music. It's kind of weird.
Did you know Frances Tuttle very well?
No.
May,
I know
not
her
Megan,
daughter
May.
Lauren has that shop, Luminous Infusions.
Oh, is that Lauren's shop?
No, why would I go there?
I was just wondering if you knew her.
I don't. I mean, I know she used to hang with my sister back in the day.
Well, okay.
I guess they fell out or something, that's all I know.
Fun.
Look, I spoke with the judge. They
Oh,
don't have
okay.
anything on you. All we need is an alibi, and then they can't charge you with anything.
And they're not going to have anything on me. Because he can't prove I did it.
Then why not just give the police an alibi? That's all they need.
I just
Oh.
can't. It's not only about me, okay?
Okay, I understand. But I can't help you or anyone else if I don't know who they are.
Just, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but I can't.
Well, the thing is like an alibi isn't the only thing.
Do you and the judge know
Right?
each other? Have a history?
Like an alibi isn't the only thing. Even if she doesn't provide an alibi,
I used to be friends with his
there's
son.
no proof
His
that
son
she
is
was there.
having interesting life, and he thinks it's my fault. He holds a grudge against me.
Okay.
That sounds surprising.
You live in a small town long enough, people make up their minds about who you are. Doesn't matter if it's true or not. It just is.
So the judge doesn't like her anyway because he feels like she was a bad influence on his son.
We saw Tegan
Okay.
at the museum. Looks like she's working on an interesting installation.
Why don't you ask her?
Well, I thought you might have an opinion, or...
I don't. Can you just leave her out of this? I don't want her being involved with my problems.
Okay.
I'm done talking, okay?
Alright, so I tried talking to her. So yeah, like this is the other thing, like are all of these places where you can stick a pumpkin inside private? Because you got a place to put a pumpkin inside a private residence. Seems weird for you to do that. Yes, I'm getting distracted. Yes, I realize I'm getting distracted. It's fine. Anyway.
Well,
Distraction's kind of a
She's
thing with
protecting
me.
something. Or someone.
okay, yeah, obvi. But what?
I don't know yet. I'm getting through to her, though. We have to go to the Hathorn house. Tonight.
Am I getting through to her?
Like, in the dark?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
Do you have flashlights?
You do remember what I told you about that place, right?
You know what? Better idea. I'll go. You stay here and see if maybe May feels like talking to you.
Be careful out there, Drew.
There's no such thing as ghosts, Deirdre.
There really isn't.
I'll be fine.
Can I borrow your
not
car?
Ghosts. People swear there's something in that house. Too many people believe it to not be true. Could be a wild animal or a toxic waste dump. I don't know. Just keep your guard up, okay?
I mean, she has a fair
Wow.
point.
That was really sweet.
All right, let's not hug or anything. You should check in with Lauren Holt. She still lives up there. Take the keys for my car. It's way too far of a walk all the way there.
Okay, yeah.
And
so-
remember, things happen after midnight in Salem. Be careful.
So I'm taking Deirdre's car then to go investigate the Hawthorne house. Well, let's go. It's very quiet, which actually makes sense for small town America. Not everywhere can be New York. Alright. Okay. We are going to the Hawthorne house. Off we go. Hi. Okay, that's not a human sound. That's not a nature sound. Well, I say that, there's a bird outside our house that goes off every morning. That sounds like a laser. I wish. I wish I were kidding.
Not at all.
Hi. Hey, Frank.
Frank.
Nancy, you sound excited.
Yeah, well, guess where I am right now.
I wouldn't even begin to. Salem, Massachusetts.
Joe, how the heck did you guys know?
We read about the Hathorne house in the Globe. Suspected arson. Your name was mentioned.
It was?
Not as a
How?
suspect, obviously. Tegan Perry mentioned she had hired you to investigate.
Okay.
Hired? Huh. That's news to me. I came here as a favor for Deirdre.
Deirdre Shannon? Wow, that's surprising.
It is.
Yeah. It's a strange case all around.
So what can I help you two with?
So, what can I help you guys with?
Well, we're working this case, and a few legal questions have arisen.
Oh.
My father would probably be more helpful than me, guys.
Fair enough.
Well, we prefer to call you because of, you know, history. What my brother is trying to say is that there are some similarities to an old case we worked on.
Sure. If you want to send me your notes, I can look them over for you.
Alrighty.
Great. That's great.
Salem's pretty close to Boston. If you guys have the time, you should come up here and check it out while I'm in town.
How did she
Really?
know they were in Boston?
Yeah, it would be good to catch up. I don't know, Nancy. With our special detective powers, we might be mistaken for witches. Heard they don't fare well up there.
Are you kidding me? They love you guys. Did you know that Salem is the only police force that has a witch as an official emblem?
Oh?
I don't think that's true.
I'll bet you on it.
Okay, you're on. I'll take payment when we arrive in Salem. Maybe in a week or so. A week?
Hopefully, I won't be here then.
Ah.
If you can make it up earlier, great.
Good talking to you, Nance.
Okay.
Yeah, same to you two. Bye.
Okay. Ignoring that. Hi. Did you look behind you? Huh? The ghost will steal your soul! Oh. May isn't talking. Did you say something to her? Not really. Nothing in particular. Not sure why it's my fault. This forest is giving me chills. I can't believe you're actually going there. And if you see a ghost, don't let it take your soul. Okay, Deirdre. That's fine. Cool. She done? Yeah, it looks like she's done. Okay. Hawthorne House. Hi! So... there's a light? That's weird. Why is there a light? I thought the place was uninhabitable. And how is the wreckage still smoldering? I'd like to know. I mean, it doesn't smolder for that long.
What are you doing here?
This is a fair question.
You're trespassing. This is private property.
This is a fair question.
Giving you one chance to explain yourself.
Oh, I was just on Olivia's tour and it brought me here. I saw a light in the window. I'm an investigator. I need to speak. I'm an investigator.
I'm an investigator. I'm a friend of May Perry's. What?
You're lying to me.
I really am not.
May doesn't have any friends, except Tegan. So you're either May's friend, or you're an investigator. but you're not both.
Actually,
so what are
no,
you?
I'm both. I mean, I'm kind of both. Well, I mean, it depends on how you define friend.
You don't know May as well as you think.
I know her a lot better than you do.
Okay.
Can I come in?
Well, you're not leaving, are you?
So, no.
My name is Nancy Drew.
What do you want, Nancy Drew?
Well, I wanted to talk to you about...
About the Hathorn house.
Yes.
Sit down.
I already am.
Yes, of course.
I mean, just
I
a
didn't
little
mean
bit,
to
but
lie
mostly
to you,
only
Lauren.
fruit flavored.
Yes, you did. You wanted to talk to me by any means.
I
so
didn't
here we
lie!
are. So, what do you want to know?
I am an investigator, and I am kind of a friend of the family's. I'm more of like a friend of the family, but that's as close as you're. Friend of the family's just easier to say. How's that?
Is Luminous Infusions your shop?
Yes.
What do you do there? Just curious.
It's a tea room and modern apothecary.
All right.
You know, before there was a pharmacist, the town relied on an herbalist to provide medicines for headaches
That is true.
and sickness and energy and stuff like that.
Interesting. Did Francis Tuttle teach you this?
No, I taught myself.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
What can you tell me about the history of the Hathorn house?
We got a lot to
Built
go
by
over with her. So
Judge
we're gonna
John
be him
Hathorn in 1695. The man flat out stole the land from the people he sentenced to death.
Fair.
Property has changed hands many times over the years, with Francis Tuttle being the most recent owner.
Ooh. So, have you looked for the will?
Have you looked for the will?
Of course, but I can't find it. Believe me, I've tried to find it, and now the judge has given me days to deliver or the town will take control. I don't have a copy, but I know one exists. Francis told me all the time that the Hathorn house and its grounds would be mine if something ever happened to her.
Okay.
She knew that I would take care of this place better than anyone else.
What happens to you?
I won't be here anymore. But I have representation, a professional lawyer. Her name's Alicia Cole.
Okay.
She's helping me out.
So, Alicia is representing Lauren's interests. Fun.
I really do appreciate
Keep that in
you
mind.
talking
It
to
comes
me.
into play
Are you
later.
done with your questions yet?
Nope.
What were you doing 2 nights ago?
Why do you care? The house was burned a week ago.
Well, actually, there's something else I'm looking into as well.
I've almost had enough of your questions.
I get that. But you didn't answer me.
Look, Lauren, I apologize for approaching you like I did. It was wrong, and I should have known better.
I appreciate you being straight with me. I'm sorry I've been a little angry. I've been dealing with a lot lately.
Fair enough.
So, I saw the ghost out in the cemetery.
The scarecrow?
Yep.
Yeah, I've heard there were ghosts out here, but all I saw was that.
Do you believe in ghosts?
Nope.
I've seen a lot of weird things. So far, I've yet to find one without a rational explanation.
And there's nothing to talk about.
But
Fair
why
enough.
does everyone think there are ghosts out here?
A town this old is bound to have some unbelievable stories.
So you've
Fair
seen
enough.
one.
You don't live here. You wouldn't understand.
So you have?
I'm getting a little
Okay.
tired. I think we've talked enough, don't you?
Of course.
Nope.
Thanks for your time. I appreciate it.
Whoa! Speaking of ghost.
Whoever is doing this, you're not frightening me away. Not possible. That's not possible.
I mean, it's possible.
Curse not the darkness.
Whoa! She close. Have you ever heard of a personal bubble? She ain't never heard of a personal bubble. No.
Drew! What's
Hi.
going on? You weren't answering your phone. What's wrong?
I saw it. Or her. I guess it could have been a him too. It was too confusing to really make out.
What are you talking about?
The ghost, Deirdre. The ghost in Hathorn House. The one you were talking about.
Why is the thunder so
Wow.
loud?
Never thought you'd try to pull a joke like this. I underestimated you. This is a really good performance. Very un-Nancy Drew-like.
It's
Well,
not
okay
a joke.
then.
Deirdre, I saw her. Didn't you want me to see it? Didn't you want me to look into it?
Well, yeah, but I didn't think for a second that you would. I guess I thought you'd go up there and find smoke and mirrors or whatever it is you do. You're saying it's real?
No, I mean,
Don't
not
know what I'm
really.
saying. I'm not used to being so freaked out.
Wait, you didn't leave my car out there, did you?
What? No. I've calmed down enough to drive back. It's outside.
Good. I could get you
did
more
you
chowder.
think I was gonna
Don't
walk
think
all the
it'll
way
help.
home?
I need answers.
Okay, so let's go through it.
I do find working in history strangely calming. Okay.
Why is the thunder so loud?
I don't know how to explain it, but I saw something.
I don't know what to tell you, Drew. It's as weird as moon chunk cheese ice cream and sandals with socks. But my instinct is...
that the two are related. The fire and the ghosts.
Right. You're not buying Olivia's story that some coven of witches came here to unleash ghosts to take revenge by burning it down, though.
No.
Right?
Not buying
Right.
it now.
I think. It's unlikely anyway.
You really think what you saw was real?
It's worse than that. I think in order to know, I need to see it again. And you need to come with me. Tomorrow.
Okay. And then we can plan road trips to find Bigfoot and aliens and the Loch Ness Monster.
Yes.
Hey, sounds fun to me. I found out something interesting. Warren Holt. Did you know that Francis Tuttle had a will?
Really?
Judge Danforth never mentioned that.
He did
Because
not,
they can't
no.
find it, they assume it doesn't exist.
So if it does exist, Lauren would get the estate.
In theory.
Oh, and that lawyer, Alicia Cole, represents her.
How's that working out for her?
There doesn't seem to be much progress made.
Yeah, well, without a will, what could she really do?
That's true.
It's been a long day. I think I'm just gonna call it a night.
You do look kinda... Well, maybe don't video chat with the boyfriend. At least not until you get the twigs out of your hair.
I appreciate
Yeah,
your
that's alright.
concern.
He won't mind
Hey,
twigs in the hair.
What?
It's fine.
You want that chowder now? The offer expired.
I was going to say, we make a pretty good team.
We
See?
actually
That's
do.
proof right there. You are definitely hallucinating.
Actually, I think she has a degree in criminology. Oh, hey, Joe.
There's always an explanation. Gotta remember that.
What is the town of Greenwich, New York?
Sorry?
They have a witch on their emblem. We won!
Really?
Sending you a pic. When can we expect payment?
That's a fire department logo. I said police.
Public safety. It's all the same. A technicality.
There's something I have to get off my chest.
Okay.
I saw a ghost.
Sorry, what?
This case. I've never seen anything like it. It felt real.
All right, then.
I can't explain it.
What is it? What's wrong?
Hold on. Say no more. It just so happens that ghost hunting is our specialty.
I'm sorry, what now?
Wait, what?
Since when?
We're not passing on a chance like this. Be there before you know it.
Okay.
Only if you really want to. Talk to you later.
Okay, cool. Why is my ceiling dripping? Tegan, there's a leak! Tegan, I think something's leaking from the attic. Ah! Oh, hi!
Yeah?
Tegan, there are
Good
ghosts
morning,
leaking from your
sunshine.
attic.
What time is it?
It's early. Hurry up, get dressed, and meet me downstairs. I have something to cheer you up.
Tegan, there are ghosts leaking out of your attic. You should probably get that looked into. Okay, we're going this way, and then we gotta go this way. Hi!
Oh my, oh my, not good, not good, not good!
Oh, what are you guys doing in here?
They're trying their best to unimpress me. Mission accomplished.
Nancy! Hi! Joe was just, making an effort.
Oh, that's what that smell is.
I tried showing him the ropes, but he wants to prove he can do it without my help.
She can set out the ingredients for Johnny cakes before she had to run, but I gotta admit, it's been a while since I last
What on
whipped
earth
something
is a
up.
Johnny cake?
Successfully.
Oh, I love Johnny cakes. I can help.
Of course you can. All right, Hardy, step down before we have another fire on our hands.
And what is the difference between a Johnny cake and a pancake? Because I make pancakes every morning. Okay.
All right, let's see. Step 1. 1 cup of sugar. 1 cup of sugar. 2 tablespoons of sugar. This can't be right.
I told you I couldn't keep up with her, so I improvised. I'm 100% certain about the amounts.
Did she not have it written
Let's
down?
approach this sensibly.
Because I have
What
a
do we
pancake
need?
recipe printed out. It needs to be reprinted. It's in a bit of a state, but still. Okay, so 1 cup of flour, sugar, salt. 1 cup of flour or sugar. 2 tablespoons of cornmeal or sugar. 1 tablespoon of I don't know, and a teaspoon of baking powder. Okay, so cornmeal, flour, baking powder, sugar, salt. Alright, so just going by what I feel like is right. Cup of flour, probably. It's definitely not a cup of salt, right? Cup of flour, cup of sugar, maybe. Okay, more likely we're going cup of flour, cup of cornmeal, tablespoon of sugar, tablespoon of baking powder, and a teaspoon of salt, right?
1 cup of flour.
Looks right to me.
Yep.
1 cup cornmeal.
We're getting there.
Okay.
1 spoon of
probably sugar. Right? 2 spoons of sugar.
Looks right to me.
1 spoon of sugar.
I think you've got it.
1 spoon of baking powder.
Looks right to me.
And
1 teaspoon of salt.
That looks great. Let's tackle the next step.
So that's probably the dry ingredients. So
All
then the
right.
next ingredients.
Second step. We have to fill the bowl until the weight is just right.
Quick heads up. This is about where things started to go south last time.
Okay, so...
Let's just trust that Nancy knows what she's doing.
Alright, so we need 8, 5, 6, 7... 8.7 ounces. Alright, so we need 8 ounces of milk. That's 8 ounces. We need 0.5 ounces of butter. So that worked. Then we need 2 ounces of vanilla. Good. Now, we want eggs and a dash of nutmeg. So let's throw in a dash of nutmeg and then eggs. If I put in another egg, it's going to be too much. Am I not right about that? Yeah, okay. Alright, so we have milk, butter. So then we put in a dash of nutmeg. So that gets us milk, butter, vanilla. Do I have the vanilla in there? Yeah, milk, butter, vanilla, nutmeg. That gets me 1170.
This doesn't look right. Let's scrub this out and try again.
No, we had it right. So that's 8 ounces of milk, butter, vanilla, 1 egg, 2 egg. Throw in a little more vanilla. Okay.
That looks great. Let's tackle the next step.
So just 2 things of vanilla then was all we
Finally, my
needed.
favorite part.
I thought your favorite part was eating.
All right.
My next favorite part.
Dear goodness.
Joe, could you help me pour while I flip?
Sure thing.
Okay. So, wait till they're steaming and then flip is the trick. So that, there, here.
Here comes some more.
Here. Here. Here.
Here comes some more.
Here. There. Here.
Almost done.
Almost got that one. Oh, that one's burnt.
All done. Here comes some more.
Okay.
All done. They look super tasty. Let's eat.
Alright. Got it. Here, they should all be sitting here. Hi, May. How's it going?
Ooh, these smell delicious.
Great job, Nancy.
So they're
These
basically
look amazing.
cornmeal pancakes.
Okay. May, these are the Hardy brothers, Frank and Joe.
We're very interested in your case.
Uh-huh.
They're good friends of mine. They're going to help us with the investigation. The more people we have working on this, the better chance we have of solving the case.
Alrighty.
Joe, you need to learn how to cook. Maybe let Frank teach you.
Oh?
Otherwise, how are you going to impress anyone?
Solving crimes impresses people.
Yeah.
So does committing them. What?
Uh-huh.
It's true. Not saying I'm impressed by that. Just stating a fact. I prefer someone who possesses a deep intellectual appreciation and table manners.
Oh,
You want to be
okay.
impressed? We should finally show her our business plan for our new business.
Oh.
What? It's very businessy.
What? What is it?
Well, Joe and I have been talking recently about making things a bit more official. Since we're always called to solve crimes, we thought that maybe we should start getting paid for it.
We're starting our very
I
own
mean,
detective
very
agency.
true.
License, insurance, the whole thing.
Ah.
And we want to know if you'd be interested in being a partner.
Yep, I'm interested.
Hey, table that. All right, Drew. Why not update everyone on where we're at?
Okay. So, let's check the town archives.
One thing I'd like to do today is check the town archives.
If it's all the same to you, I'd prefer to handle this.
Oh.
You were gonna look into the history of ownership of the Hathorn house, right?
Yep.
Yeah, sure. We can go together.
No. It's better if I handle this solo.
Okay.
I'm a whiz with microfiche. Don't ask me why.
Sounds like a story.
And I'm not going to tell it to you. Okay?
So, Nancy.
Yes?
What do you think we should focus on for the investigation?
You're asking me that, but the only thing I can say is the thing I mentioned.
So, I guess you're wondering about the thing I mentioned.
Yes, sounds super exciting.
I already told them about the whole sighting.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't explain it. Yeah.
I was trying
Even
to look
with
down
the
and be
most modern
bashful,
scientific
but
techniques available,
it
there are
wouldn't
many
let me.
phenomena that we still cannot explain. I believe what you saw was real.
What?
What?
Sure, some sort of combination of gaseous blow-off and light refraction.
No, supernatural. A ghost, a real ghost, with
Okay.
thoughts and memory and agency.
I'm not so sure.
I'm with
I just
Frank.
built some new equipment that I'd love to try out.
I'm sure it's nothing, but we'll go to the cemetery today and investigate anyway.
All
Maybe
right.
we can add ghost hunting to our detective services. Kidding.
Fair enough. Well, I mean, apparently that's what we're called in to do 90% of the time anyway, so we might as well. So, the arson that happened last week is what we would be interested
last
in.
week.
And we haven't had the chance to collect any alibis yet.
We have not.
We need to ask everyone we've met where they were on the night of the arson.
Where were you on the night of the
Corroborating
arson?
their answers with whomever they were with.
Sorry.
Will help bring into focus who is and isn't a suspect.
So Judge Danforth.
Judge Danforth mentioned that he was the victim of a burglary.
What was stolen?
We don't know.
That's a good question.
The judge was working with Tegan on developing a case for the Accused Witches organization.
Oh.
The what?
The descendants of the accused witches of the 1692 Salem witch trials.
Yeah.
They're staking a claim to the Hathorn estate due to unjust dispossession and execution of their ancestors.
Uh-huh.
It's one of the reasons I searched for the Book of Apologies in Austria, as it contains a record of wronged families. Someone swiped it right under my nose. And around the time of the arson, there was a burglary at the judge's office.
Too coincidental not to be connected.
Right.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I'd like to review the crime scene at the courthouse for any clues.
The judge might not let you do that. He didn't sound very forthcoming.
True. But maybe my father can convince him.
Ooh.
They're old friends. I can give him a call.
All right. What else?
We need to figure out how the theft from Mosam Castle is connected to this case.
Theft of what?
The Book of Apologies. My dad asked me to retrieve it from Mosam Castle in Austria as a favor for Judge Danforth, who works here in Salem.
Yes.
It details all the victims of the witch trials, some of which are still unknown to this day.
However, this book was stolen as well, 3 days ago.
Yep.
When Nancy was there.
Yep.
Why was this book all the way in Austria?
That is an excellent question.
The resident historian told me the judge who wrote the book willed all his belongings to be preserved by whichever museum would have them at the time.
Okay.
That must be how it ended up in an Austrian castle for safekeeping.
Must it?
Well, that certainly didn't stop the thief, whoever it is.
I can ask around about alibis during this time period as well. See if anyone in town can't be accounted for. Might point us in the right direction.
I have something to add. Whoever is responsible for this crime is going to great lengths to cover it up.
This is
we
true.
don't know if these people are dangerous. Remember that. And be careful.
Oh, no. Oh, come on. I'm always careful. Unless I'm not. What do we got? Kitty cakes, franken cakes, ghost cakes, pirate cakes, pumpkin cakes, werewolf cakes, witch cakes.
Let's see.
No, I don't want to do that. Alright, fine. I think cat is for Deirdre. Witch is for Olivia. I know that. I don't know. Frankenstein?
This one looks fun.
Okay, well, like, at least all we have to do here is just flip them. I mean, at least all we have to do is flip them here. That's fun.
Almost done. I think Frank would like these.
Okay, so Frank for Frankenstein. Okay. So the Frankenstein go to Frank. Okay.
Interesting.
Ghost is for Joe because Joe likes hunting ghosts. Cat is for Deirdre. Werewolf is for Frank. Witch is for Olivia. That leaves pirate or pumpkin. I want to say
Let's
pirate.
Begin. More Johnny cakes coming up.
I want to say pirate for May. Is the thing.
Relax. There's no need to rush.
I wasn't trying to rush.
Only a few more. Almost done. These are for May.
Okay.
To make her happy.
So pirate
Look at
is...
you.
Who is she looking at? Alright, so pirate is for May. There we go.
Is this for me?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't like it. I thought a pirate would be right up your alley.
Oh, wow. It is a pirate.
It is.
I didn't even notice. I mean, sure. Yeah, it looks good, I guess.
Feel free to have at it.
Sure. Thanks.
I made her pirate pancake. No, actually, Deirdre's not with us today, so there's no point in me making something for Deirdre to make Deirdre happy. Because Deirdre's not with us today. I was gonna be like, I should make something for Deirdre to make Deirdre happy, but... But Deirdre won't be here today. Whose car is sitting here? Oh, Judge Danforth.
No, not today. I can't. There's too much to do.
Who are you?
Come on. Take a break. You need it.
Take a break.
Jason, I have had these protesters
Sorry, I'm
outside
done.
my window nonstop for days. I must deal with this situation.
This is
The longer
fair.
it goes on, the worse it looks.
This is also
yeah,
fair.
Yeah. Ooh, but I'm buying lunch.
You're buying? Really? With what?
You gotta get over this, Dad. It's not good for you. It's not healthy.
What are you talking about?
You resent me.
I don't resent you, Jason. Miss Drew,
Worried
please,
about you,
come in.
maybe, not resent
We'll
you.
talk later, okay?
Oh, you have time for her, but not for me.
Please, Jason.
Hi, Jason Danforth.
Bye.
Nancy Drew.
Not interested.
Nancy Drew. You're visiting Salem, yeah? What do you think? Kind of a boring town beneath all the legends.
I
Jason,
mean,
come
fair
on.
enough.
We have a meeting.
Actually, it seems like there's a lot going on here.
Well, whenever you're up for some real excitement, look me up.
No, actually, got a boyfriend.
I'm
Not
sorry,
interested.
he's
Appreciate it.
Still trying to figure out what he wants to do with his life.
Didn't want to follow
Okay.
in his father's footsteps.
Oh, he tried. Didn't have the dedication to follow through with the schooling. Anyway, let's get started.
I mean, dude, school is just not for everybody. Let's just put it that way. School is not for everybody.
As you know, I want to investigate the crime scene.
Yes.
Could you give me the code for the keypad?
That information isn't usually available to the public.
Oh,
I'm
to
afraid I can't
the
just take your
evidence
word for
garage.
it. I'll have it taken care of.
Uh-huh.
As you know, I want
Okay.
to invest.
Information.
Okay, so... Right, I was supposed to call Dad. Oh, Daddy dearest! Could you sweet talk your friend into giving me a code to get into the evidence room?
Hey, you reached Carson Drew's home number. For
Aww.
business inquiries, please call my office and I'll get back to you. Anyone else is welcome to leave a message after the beep.
Hello. Fine, I guess we're not calling Daddy dearest. Okay, nope. We've already talked to him. What about Alicia Cole? Hello.
How can I help you?
Good
Hi, Miss
question.
Cole.
Alicia, please.
Oh, same. Nancy.
Great. So what do you need, Nancy? Any more paper clips, staplers, or perhaps a hammer drill?
I'm
You
more
need
of
a
a
hammer
pneumatic
drill?
nail gun type myself.
Ooh,
Ha
good
ha,
one.
Nice.
Oh, that wasn't a joke. I do love me a good pneumatic nail gun. You have a
We
hammer
have a
drill?
hammer drill in here.
In my closet. I'm a bit of a home improvement junkie.
Who
You have to
isn't?
be when you live in a house built in the 1800s.
Oh my gosh, right?
Well, thanks, but I don't need any of those things. I do have some questions, though. You mind if I take 5 minutes of your time?
Please. I don't mind.
Okay.
I'm sure you've heard about the burglary in the court's evidence room.
Yes.
Unbelievable. You know, I've started asking myself, what is happening to this town? It used to be such a safe place.
Fun.
Now we have arson and break-ins. I'm worried there's a pattern of escalation here. I mean, is this the kind of place I want to raise children in?
Oh, you're trying to start a family.
I mean, yes. But with the amount that I work, when is there any time? I barely have enough time to do my hair in the morning, let alone go on a date after work. And to be honest, the type of people living in a place like Salem is, well, not really what I'm into. How about you?
Well, then why don't you try going...
Really? He doesn't accompany you on your investigative trips?
Sometimes.
Well, he's in college right now, and we see each other when we can.
Uh-huh. You been dating long?
Yeah, a couple of years.
Okay.
No one said it was easy, but we figure out how to make it work.
All I'll say is, most men don't understand what we go through. We have to fight to get a seat at their table, and then they want us to go home and be family makers.
Not true!
Some unsolicited advice from one working woman to another? Don't let his plans get in the way of yours.
Not true!
Of course, they don't.
Not true. I mean, yeah, that's true of some guys, but, like, not all of them. That's not...
I just met Jason Danforth.
What did you think? Kinda cute, huh?
Not really.
Not the adjective I would use.
Yeah.
Different tastes.
Not...
I think he's kind of like a fast food cheeseburger with extra cheese.
Yeah.
And I'm more of a home-cooked meal kind of gal.
What can I say? I love cheese.
So you know him well?
I know him. He does odd jobs for me sometimes. Doesn't hurt that he's easy on the eyes.
That's kind of creepy,
He
though.
is kind of dumb.
How old are you?
I wouldn't really know, to be honest.
Listen.
How old
spare
are
yourself
you?
the headache and just avoid him. Trust me, not much substance. He loves his car. That's all you really need to know.
Okay, so I have questions here. Because Alicia is talking about, I think his name is Tyler, right? The Danforth's son that we just met. Danforth's son who was just flirting with Nancy. So I'm gonna guess he's around Nancy's age. That means that he's probably around early 20s-ish. How old is she? Because generally to get to be a lawyer, there are several years of school. So that would put her late 20s, maybe, if she's a fresh off the bar kind of lawyer. But, like, if she's been at it for a few years, that would put her 30s or 40s. Lusting after a 20-year-old. Ew. Creepy. Creepy.
Do you know who has access to the evidence room?
As far as I know, just myself and the judge.
That's interesting.
Look, I don't like saying this, but the judge occasionally leaves the evidence room unlocked.
Okay.
He even locked himself in his own office, for pity's sake. Not that it matters. I was told the burglar came from the outside.
All right.
So it's safe to say you weren't here during the theft.
Are you liking me for this crime, Nancy?
No, I don't like anyone for this crime. Or any other crime for that matter.
Fair enough.
Just doing my research.
I was not here. I was running errands around town.
Okay.
Busy, busy, busy.
Do you happen to have the code for the
That's
evidence
true.
room
This
door?
was done
Nope,
pre-2020, so
He
you
hasn't
did
given
have
that
to
to me yet.
run errands
And knowing
then.
him, he's probably already lost it.
These days, errands run to your door.
Doing some follow-ups with the arson. Where were you that night?
Are you asking for my alibi?
Yes.
Well, yes, if you don't mind.
I don't care if you
I was
do
at a
mind.
charity fundraiser, saving the piping plovers. Anyone in this town that works in an official capacity can vouch for me.
The
Are you
piping
interviewing any of
plovers?
I don't think I'll need to.
I'm a little bit surprised you'd even ask.
Just being thorough.
What is
I
a
can respect
piping plover? What is a piping plover?
Would you mind telling me what you were doing 3 days ago?
3 days ago.
And why do
All
they
day
need savings?
Well, any info would be helpful.
Actually, why are you interested in this?
I was in Austria 3 days ago and witnessed a theft of a historical artifact there that, surprisingly, I believe is connected to this theft.
I see. I was talking to your father about that case.
Interesting.
Yeah. We chat sometimes. About work.
Uh-huh.
Mostly.
Okay.
Ask him.
Sure.
You're a regular sleuth, aren't you?
Yes,
Picking up other
that's my
cases
job.
Not exactly. It's kind of related to the Hathorn house.
Yeah, let's see. I was home watching Jason cut the stump out of my front yard.
You hired Jason Danforth for that?
He's cheap. And he can't say no because he needs the money. Plus, I kind of like watching him suffer a little.
I wouldn't know why.
You know, I could use someone like you.
Oh.
A lawyer is always in need of a good private investigator.
Fair.
If your father would be okay with you working for someone else.
I don't work
Alicia,
for my father.
I'm my own woman. I work for myself. But you've been very helpful, and I really appreciate it.
Good. Well, when you solve this case, let's talk.
Okay.
Why did you bring your hammer drill to the office?
That's a good question.
Well, after the burglary, we realized that this place was in dire need of higher security.
Yes.
I ordered the keypad online and used the drill to mount it. I just keep forgetting to bring the drill back home with me.
That's impressive.
Yeah, still ended up calling a professional when the thing wouldn't stop beeping.
Okay.
What did you mean when you said the people here are not your type?
Oh, you probably know by now. You've been around town, right?
A little bit.
I have.
It's all people with minds as small as the town itself. I don't mean to sound harsh, but you can only meet so many with the same mindset before you see a pattern.
That's interesting. Did something happen?
Oh, nothing much. Sometimes I just wish this place would be a bit bigger, you know? More
well, then
progressive.
maybe you need to move
Imagine
your
a revitalized
practice to a
town.
different town.
Do you think that could happen?
A woman can dream.
Okay,
See
bye.
you later.
If you're so anti-Salem, then maybe you don't belong in Salem. I'm just saying.
What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Justice.
Okay.
When do we want it?
Are the boys in here? Oh, we got people chatting to me. Oh, boys! No, they're not hanging out in here. Okay, cool. The boys hang out in the cemetery. I don't know why. It's weird. We got people chatting. User has been added to the chat. The famous Nancy Drew finally arrived to solve our ghostly conundrum. What is this? We're trying to figure out what could have caused you to see a ghost. Maybe an actual ghost? Is he always like this? Like this? Only on the good days. Hey, I'm here, you know. We know. We know. Aw, so cute! So cute. Dude! I'm gonna go follow some leads. Good luck! Let us know if you need anything. Okay, cool. Oh, Ned's here! Hey, Ned. Nance, I swear. Okay, we've already done that. You would love this place. Hey, Nance. How you doing? I'm okay. Well, maybe not really. Do you need me to come over? Yes, you always say yes. No, you don't have to. Come on, girl, you do so much traveling without him. I will if you want me to. Vacation can wait. He's only on vacation. Yes, come down to Salem. Please, enjoy. We could work this case together as a team. Come on, Nance. How thick-headed are you? Oh my gosh. This is why I think Nancy might be mildly autistic, because she sees nothing but the case, and that's a problem. No, it's fine. I really just need to keep my nerves calm. Every mystery can be solved. I'll figure this one out. I know you will. Just keep at it. Thank you. Always let me know if there's anything I can do. Oh. For reals though, Ned needs somebody better than Nan. I am just saying. Ned needs somebody better in his life than Nancy. Hello?
Nancy, hey. How's the investigation going?
Slowly.
Pretty well. You know, it would really help if I could get May to talk to me.
She hasn't given her alibi yet.
Nope.
No. And everyone seems to have one, except her.
Everyone? Is it possible that it could be someone from outside of town? A visitor or something?
Absolutely. But statistically speaking, crime is rarely a random occurrence.
True.
It's a mystery to me. You have anything you wanted to talk about?
A couple of things.
What's the history behind the Hathorn estate?
Right. Well, Judge John Hathorn was born and raised in Salem.
That's true.
His father was a decorated military man who had many real estate holdings throughout New England. And when Judge Hathorn became a justice, he tried to expand those holdings.
Oh.
Much of the land that the Hathorn estate was built on was actually seized property from accused witches.
Okay then.
So awful. I think the land stealing part was even mentioned in Olivia's tour.
It was.
Didn't expect her to actually care about the history.
She does.
At
She
the
just
time,
tries to
no one made
jazz
the
it up a
connection,
little.
Not even in court documents. But it happened.
I feel like Olivia tries to keep the history accurate, but kind of jazz it up a little to get people interested. Right? So I feel like Olivia's witch tour is kind of similar to, what's it that I am not thinking of that is not coming to my brain because my brain is stalled out and going... Hamilton, right? Where Hamilton is, it's called historical fiction, right? It's based on history, but it doesn't hold super close to it, and it tries to jazz it up a little. Kind of similar to that. Well, something like that, but there's a lot of historical fiction out there.
Do you think the fire is somehow related to Salem's history with witches?
What do you mean?
Like, is it meant as a symbolic gesture? Because that's how most witches died?
That was a European thing. No, they were more civilized in the New World. We hung our witches. Short drop, so they slowly choked to death. A couple more died in custody awaiting trial. And one, an elderly man who refused to testify, was pressed to death.
Pressed?
Yeah.
Ooh.
They put a bunch of heavy stones on top of you. Over a period of days.
Eesh.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
She did not know the weight until she felt the freedom. Scarlet Letter. Also a descendant of Judge Hathorn.
Fun.
Except Nathaniel Hawthorne was so horrified with his family's history that he added a W to change it.
Wow. The focus on descendants isn't really something they teach you in school.
Yep. We think our world is so much more advanced now, but we have a hard time escaping our past.
That much is true.
Where were you on the night of the fire?
I was at my boyfriend's watching a movie. Here, this is his number. You can ask him.
Have you been dating Damien for a long time?
Yeah, a couple years, I think. I like him. I mean, I really do. He listens to me. Yeah, he's great.
Was he with you the whole night?
I mean, most of the night. I don't think he's capable of arson, if that's what you're suggesting.
You trust him?
Absolutely. 100%. Go ahead, call him. You'll see.
Okay.
There was this photo tucked away in the guest room.
Now I'm really embarrassed. Such an awkward age.
Yeah.
Is that Olivia and Lauren in the picture with you?
Yeah, we were pretty tight back then. Had to take pictures.
Always.
I couldn't tell where it was taken. Do you remember? There were lots of books and candles.
It was probably the... I don't know. Books and candles are everywhere in Salem. It could be anywhere. It was years ago. I don't really remember.
She remembers. She just doesn't want to talk to me about it. Why?
How did Frances Tuttle come to own the property?
Ms. Tuttle bought it 30 years ago, cheap. It was falling apart. The
Interesting.
former owners couldn't be located, so it was auctioned.
Okay.
She was a bit of a kooky lady living in a ruin like that, but she was kind. I mean, she took in Lauren like a daughter. That says something about someone, doesn't it?
Yes.
I agree.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? Danforth said that Tuttle was the last surviving descendant of Hawthorns, which means she would have inherited the property. Unless, of course, somehow the Hawthorne family lost the property, it was purchased by somebody else who then lost it, put it up for auction, and then she just coincidentally bought it back. So either we're looking at a big line of coincidences or a story plot hole where the writers didn't know whether or not until like the game shipped she was going to be a descendant or if she was just going to have acquired the property. This could be a story plot hole, like just the writers just didn't know. Alright, I'm going to give you guys the break video. I'll be back in just a minute or two, actually. You know I'm working on that. Are you trying to help?
Wow, yeah. Jump in that snow. Run in that snow, doggy. Yeah.
Poor thing, it's up to her belly.
Yeah. Seems like she's having a ball, though.
She loves the deep snow. She absolutely loves the deep snow.
It's like, I don't know where to go. I'll just keep running.
I mean, like, she kind of hates it when it's just like, you know, a little bit of snow. But when it's deep like this, oh, she loves it.
There she goes.
Did she come back?
No, she's going fine.
It'll probably make him more anxious. Whatever happens here is over. You have no clue. You didn't see what we saw. I don't know. What exactly? I'm not sure. The time it seems so real. Now it's all gone. Maybe the fog.
Okay, sorry about that. Needed to take a quick break and And the ad time is as good a time as any to start that.
Do you remember what you were doing 3 nights ago?
3 days ago? Well, I was probably working here. Why?
You were working at the museum. Can anyone confirm that?
Well, I'm always here.
But was anyone else here?
May was home all day, laying low, and Olivia wasn't here either. I don't know where she was, to be honest. You'll have to ask her.
So no one can confirm that? And you're sure May was at home?
She's barely left the house since the incident. People here treat her like she has an infectious disease. It's awful. And I don't blame her if she wants to sit at home on her phone all day. Ugh. Her parents need to come home. Soon. So, I gotta ask. What do you get out of this?
I get a lot.
Really? You travel around, talk to all these people, deal with all their problems, put yourself in harm's way?
Not always. Alright, some of the time.
True.
I don't know. It's like there's these small obstacles that I enjoy working on, and they're interesting. But what I really love is the puzzle of humanity. What makes people tick? Why do people do what they do? It's always the hardest one to crack.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we do things that don't make sense. We're inherently irrational.
This
Know what
is
I mean?
true.
You know, there's a theory about why these specific women were persecuted as witches.
Oh?
Some people believe that ergot, which is a fungus that grows in cereal grains, might have gotten into the food supply.
Okay,
it
then.
poisons anyone who eats it. Hallucinations, circulation issues, seizures. It would have made people look like they were possessed. Or made the judges think they were doing God's will. Or make the whole town go haywire.
A rational explanation for irrational behavior.
Just a theory. We'll never know.
True.
Anyway, I don't want to keep you. Thanks for stopping by.
Okay, bye.
Talk to you later.
Interesting. Not her. I wanted to go around this way. Hello, Olivia.
You're back. Great. Let me guess. More questions?
Always.
Spooky how you could tell.
Though it harm none, do as thou wilt.
Okay.
I'm saying I guess it can't do any harm.
Fair enough. So where were you?
I've been going around asking everyone in town where they were on the night of the arson.
The night of the what?
Arson. At Hathorn House?
Why, I have no idea what you're talking about. Kidding, Nancy. Don't look so serious.
I'm investigating a crime. I'm gonna
I was
look
here
serious.
that night, doing my thing. I think there had to have been at least 20 people who can confirm that.
Okay.
It really stinks that Lauren is going to lose her home.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, of course.
So, I've heard ghosts are haunting Salem.
So,
let's start with that one.
Ghosts are haunting Salem.
Of course.
You believe it?
How could I not when I've seen them with my own eyes?
Oh.
Really? Can you describe what you saw?
Sure. It was dark, foggy. I was walking through the cemetery. Or was it the town square? I don't remember, but I do remember a ghost.
Okay.
No, multiple ghosts. Spirits.
Yeah.
And did you ever see any ghosts near Hathorn House?
As a matter of fact, I did.
Oh.
I told you that a coven of witches unleashed them on the town a few years back. They will not rest until they get their vengeance. Let me guess. You can't find proof of a living soul present at the house the night it burned.
Not
Maybe the
really.
culprit wasn't among the living?
I just haven't
That
looked
sounds
at their
even harder
yet.
to prove.
Have you seen The Restless Souls of Salem, Nancy?
I've seen something, but I'm not willing to just believe it's real. I need more.
Be careful. They'll still find you whether you believe in them or not. You might want to avoid the cemetery.
Okay.
3 days ago, were you doing any witch tours?
3 days ago? No, I was not.
Okay. You remember what you were doing?
Actually, I had won a spa holiday at the Wayfarer Inn over in Marblehead. It was amazing.
Oh,
They
okay.
use those glass cup things on my back. It was wicked crazy.
Oh. You have any receipts or...
It was all expenses paid. And I'd show you my back, but I'm a quick healer. Witch powers. It looks like it never happened.
So, I've never understood that. If it's a spa treatment, why would you have to heal from it?
Sorry, I know I'm not being helpful.
It's okay.
Like, I don't have to heal from getting a facial or a massage. So, why would I do a quote-unquote spa treatment that leaves marks and makes me have to heal? That doesn't seem healthy. But okay, sure.
It's about you, Tegan, and Lauren when you were kids.
Why are you interested in this? We grew apart. It happens.
True.
I found an old photo from back then. It had the name Coven on it. Look. Was it the one you talk about in your show?
You found this photo at Tegan's house?
Yes!
I didn't peg her as sentimental.
So was it the same one?
Well, yes. Same coven. We heard about it as kids, I guess.
Okay.
We were all into history and witches. We still are.
In a way.
And yet you've never made up.
I don't get why you care.
Can't help it. It's a mystery. Even if you all tell me it isn't.
Okay.
See you later.
So she's right, like, since they all cared about witches and history and all that, they all still work in the same fields, right? Because, like, Olivia runs the witch history tours, Tegan runs the museum, and Lauren runs an apothecary. So there's all that. Speaking of Lauren's apothecary, hello!
Oh, you're here.
Hi!
Yes, I am. This shop is really cool.
It is.
I
Cider
love the
donuts,
decor.
yes,
Thank
please.
you. It's taken a lot of years
Blueberry
to get
pie,
it the way I
mint
want.
cookies.
I kind of imagined this
3-herb
is what
bread.
an actual witch's shop would
Not
look like.
interested in
Yeah.
matcha.
Seriously.
Ginger scones,
You have all these
cool.
herbs. Look, St. John's wort,
Pumpkin
mandrake fruit.
cake?
You know,
Yes.
witches were just synonymous with people
Not really
who
into
used
pumpkin,
the old
though.
medieval ways of working with
But
plants
cider
and
donuts and
animals.
blueberry pie,
Doing
yes,
meals.
please.
They were healers, shamans, and confessors.
Sorry, I'm
You can
not
see why
paying
some
attention
people
to
might
her.
have been threatened by them.
I know, right? No leeches here, though. I draw the line at bloodsuckers.
Fair
I'm
enough.
glad you get it. A lot of people around here don't.
How so?
Some say I'm cashing in, not respecting history. People get so caught up in the death and judgment. But I was always interested in all of that lost knowledge, even as a kid.
I bet a lot of kids
It's
around
true.
here are fascinated by it.
Used to be.
Herbology is actually pretty interesting if you look into it. Do you bake all these treats yourself, or do you get them home, or do you get them shipped in?
You get a lot of people in? Maybe May Perry?
May. That's funny.
Why?
Oh.
Look, she's had a hard time. She's not the only one. I've been the kid everyone looks at. You need friends to talk to. She doesn't want any.
She has her sister. Tegan cares about her.
Tegan protects what's
Wants
important
or
to Tegan.
can't find any is a
Sometimes
big thing.
That's May.
Right? Some that, like, she doesn't want any or she can't find any. Because, like, some people just don't hold a lot of friendships very close is the other thing. Is some people just don't hold a lot of close friendships. I'm one of them. I don't hold a lot of close friendships. I had 2 besties for most of my life, and that was it. These days, I'm only really tight with my husband. I got another friend. My other bestie's out there. She and I still talk. But one of them, I can't even contact her anymore. I lost all her info. Not on purpose, just happens. So, I was hoping to borrow a key to the main Hawthorne
I was
house.
hoping I could borrow a key to the main Hathorn house.
Key? Oh, I don't have a key anymore.
You don't?
You don't?
No, but Alicia does. If you ask her, she'll lend it to you, I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm sure you've been asked this before, but where were you on the night Hathorn house was burned down?
I was coming home from work, crossing through the cemetery. I could see the orange glow.
Ooh.
By the time I got home, it was almost all gone. I called it in.
Were you the first one to call? Anyone see you earlier? Like an hour before?
I was in my shop.
Any customers?
Why would she burn down her home?
Are you trying to say that I burned down the house?
No, I never said that.
Would not.
I've said it a million times, but I'll say it again for your benefit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just glad she wasn't alive to see it. She loved that house, and I loved her. You understand?
Of course.
Yeah.
You were the first person to see the fire?
Well, yeah. I was going home.
These
and
voice
that's
lines
where
are
the
so
fire
quiet.
was.
You know the fire might help you keep your home.
I know that now, but I didn't before.
Okay.
It's a slim chance at best. I'd rather it was whole and shown to be mine by right.
But if that's not an option?
Nothing could make me want to destroy it.
All right. So, where were you 3 nights ago, by the way?
You remember where you were 3 nights back?
I was here. I told you already. I have the receipts to prove it. And I'm the only one who works here. Why?
Oh, no, just a related incident. I don't suppose there are any ghost sightings in your shop?
The spirits come and go as they please.
All right.
I've seen them everywhere around Salem.
Really?
But I've never seen one operate a point of sale.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Me neither. You ever hear rumors about a coven in Salem?
That's just something Olivia says to sell tour tickets.
Fair
I don't
enough.
believe in that kind of witch.
So you never heard a rumor? As a kid, maybe?
What are you getting at?
I found a photo of you 3 from when you were kids.
Okay.
She kept it?
Do you remember
Yep.
where this photo was taken?
Sure. Well, sort of. It was a shed somewhere close to the neighborhood the Perrys live in. We went there a few times.
So, the 3 of you used to hang out.
In a shed.
Well, that was long ago. We did dumb things. I wish we hadn't. Far as I know, there's no coven of witches, though.
Everyone says there are ghosts in this town. Is that true? What is it?
You know, I believe the dead stay dead.
I'm with you.
But I've seen ghosts recently in my own house.
Okay.
Really? Who?
Wait, you believe me? I thought I was going crazy.
I mean...
I believe there's an explanation. Who was it?
I don't know. A woman. Wearing old clothes like the kind you find in Tegan's museum.
Okay.
I couldn't see her face. And I swear she was real. I could hear her. I could feel her. She smelled like rotten fruit or something. You know that gray, moldy smell that hits you in the back of your throat?
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Huh.
That would be the mold
That's pretty
spores.
specific, actually.
Actually.
More specific than anyone else I've talked to.
I saw her in the Hathorn house. Watch out for her. She'll come to you. No doubt in my mind.
Okay. So what kind of herbs?
What kind of herbs do you have here?
This triggers a mini game.
The kind that helps people ease their burdens. Since cold season started, business has been booming. Between managing the shop itself and preparing remedies, it's getting harder to keep up.
I don't mind lending you a hand with preparing the remedies.
Yay!
If that's okay with you. I love learning new things.
This is delicate work. But you do seem to have an interest
I
in
do.
technology. Sure. It would be fun to pass on the basics, at least. I'll be around the shop and manage the counter. Just let me know when you have something finished, and I'll take a look at it.
Okay.
Great. So, where do I begin?
I've prepared the patient notes already.
Yep.
You can find them on the counter. You can use my reference book to study the herbs and what ailments they cure, and the basics of remedy mixing.
Okay.
Feel better
This
now?
is gonna be so much fun.
Oh yeah. So we have
These are the notes she
moderate
took when
nausea and
discussing
slight
the ailments
migraines.
with her patients. Need to figure out the proper mix of herb.
Okay. So we have moderate nausea
This
and
book
slight
looks
migraine.
really worn. The knowledge must be centuries old, if not more.
Yep. Ooh, what do we got here? So, show text. For all my children, I write this book's memories saved, that my knowledge gathered will live on through you. The healing graces given by nature are never to be forgotten, and so I wish for nothing but for you to walk the path our family has been offered. Heed this wisdom that you won't take life for granted. Suspend it in meaning and purpose. Take pride in wisdom, learned and stay humble for what remains unknown. Tituba. Remedies with nature's grace, mixing the extracts of nature offers a delicate is a delicate and precise process. Within these pages, you'll find the wisdom to remedy any of the common diseases that plague your people. Grind the herbs well to unleash their full potential in the mixture. If the person's ailment is harsher than usual, add a larger dose of the remedy. Any mix is only as potent as it is balanced. Thus, no more than 3 doses should be added in total. Only add 3 doses of the same herb when the patient is suffering has become unbearable. For most, 1 extra dose will suffice. Cinnamon is fragrant and costly spice, so spend wisely. Profitable for digestion, strengthens the stomach and helps regain lost appetite. Clears red pimples from the face and sweetens the breath as well. Chamomile, when black bile torments with the augurs of melancholy and vapors, humble chamomile doth calm the restless mind. Effectual for fretting or sadness of spirit, anxiety and restlessness. Rosemary is plentiful in Salem, by the way. This pale blue flower restores a loss of speech by resolution of the tongue, awakens the minds weak with lethargy, and quells the surplus of phlegm. A suitable cure for an itchy nose as well. Our Lady's thistle, a good preservative against yellow bile and jaundice. This faithful thistle doth cool the distemper of the sanguine liver and spleen, and dissolves obstructions thereof to break and expel the stone. Garlic. A diet of garlic with your meals is of excellent use when suffering from a hard pulse. When the leeches are scarce, it remains a good remedy for any plague, taking away blemishes in the skin as well. Starwort, otherwise known as McCallum's daisy. The roots and leaves of this plant have been witnessed by my own person to relieve the sleeping mind and forth bring hidden thoughts. Sweet marjoram is a bearer of love and purveyor of prescient dreams, thereof a decoration, being drank doth free the chest of weight and disease, for a voice clearer and unhindered. Feverfew, a remedy for all pains in the head. When applied to the crown dutifully, feverfew cleanses cholia and phlegm, clears away any running or swimming, and in the head and offers relief to the headaches and megrims. So feverfew for migraines then. Sage to warm and quicken the senses. Look no further than sage. This herb produces lost memories and purges the brood of worms in the ears, protecting against the bloody flux. Ginger. Scarcely will you find a better remedy than ginger to correct vomit and loathing brought up from the stomach. If unavailable, add fennel and seeds to scour, heats the joints and clears the sight. Finding the truth, there is knowledge still that rests on the horizons of the future dawns. Such is and may always be the remedy for the poison tongue. A mixture never perfected, the peace it would bring if we could know who spoke the truth and who was soaked in poisonous lies. My life, I have often been in dire need of it, yet the proper mixture of herbs remains hidden. There would need to be a loosening of the tongue to let the words slip out, something for an unhindered voice, and lastly, an herb to bring forth the hidden thoughts of truth unspoken. Alright, so for this particular patient, right, we are looking at moderate nausea and slight migraines. So for migraines, we have feverfew, right? And for stomach related issues, that's anxiety, that's allergies, that's kidney stones, I think it's gonna be ginger or garlic, right? Heats, joints, and clears. Alright. So, what about garlic? Garlic is good for heart issues. So, we're saying ginger? So we're saying 2 ginger, 1 feverfew? Which one is feverfew?
Feverfew.
Okay.
Feverfew.
This one.
Look at that. Your first proper herb mixture.
There you go.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's tricky to keep track of everything, but the book really helps.
It's old and worn from use, but full of wisdom.
That it
It's
is.
taught me most of what I know.
So what's this then?
Lauren asked me not to read this, but it could be relevant to the case. Lauren asked me not
Okay.
to...
So I can't read it right now. Okay. Well, let's go snooping around your shop. Hi, there's a key here. Can I get closer to that? Here.
What an odd key. It probably unlocks something in here.
Yes. Like her box. She's got a locked box with all her herbs. That's probably what the key unlocks. Anyway, back on track. More or less. So we've talked to Tegan, we've talked to Olivia, we've talked to the judge. We need to call Tegan's boyfriend, Damien. So we need to get a key to the hall. Oh, we have to talk to the lawyer again to get a key. Investigate the break-in, gather the alibis for the book, and gather the alibis for the arson. We could also call Damien.
Hello?
Is this Damien Faulkner?
Yeah?
Yes.
Hi, my name is Nancy Drew.
Hi!
I'm a private investigator currently working the Hathorn House case on behalf of Judge Danforth.
Yes.
Do you mind if I take up a minute of your time?
Go ahead.
Just wanted to follow up on some statements.
Statements made by whom?
Tegan Perry,
Yes?
your girlfriend.
Right.
Where were you?
Sorry, but were these statements given to the police?
No.
No. They were given to me, willingly.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry. I work for Alicia, and I've learned to make sure that when you're being questioned, you always have a lawyer present.
So he works for Alicia.
I just know my rights.
Of course.
But you sound trustworthy.
Oh, thanks. How long have you worked for Alicia?
I've interned for her for a while, but she doesn't really pay attention.
You seem to know a lot about legal framework.
I listen to her on the phone. A lot. Anyway, I was with Tegan on the night of the fire.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what you wanted to know, right?
Yes, it is.
And what did you guys do?
Watched a movie.
Okay. Which movie?
Honestly, couldn't tell you. Tegan did. You know, they're always some kind of vampire drama, apocalyptic, teenagey, angsty thing. Don't tell her, but I never pay attention. I'm
Well,
in the
okay
hard
then.
sci-fi.
Oh, good to know.
Shouldn't she know that?
No. Thanks for talking to me.
Yep. Sure. Bye.
If you've been dating for a couple of years, shouldn't she know that you don't like the movie she's picking?
A specter may be hanging over Salem, but that doesn't keep the town from getting into the Halloween spirit.
Oh, is that what that is? I thought that was protesters. I'm getting there. We'll get there. Yeah, the navigation on this nearly caused a lot of people to never play the franchise again.
Whoa.
Hi.
What? We don't knock anymore?
Your door is open.
Actually, that was Damien Faulkner. He's my intern.
You have an intern. I haven't seen him.
He's
It
around.
doesn't matter. You
Someone
left
has to
your
make the
door
coffee
open.
here. I'm swamped most days, and I could barely trust Judge Danforth with a flashlight.
Oh, I mean, he's not that inept.
He's not
Right,
not that
that was
inept.
mean. Anyway, what can I help you with?
Do you know Lauren Holt?
Owner of Luminous Infusions.
Yes.
Resident of the Hathorn Estate Carriage House.
Yes.
So do you know her?
Absolutely. I represent her.
How's the case
Well,
going?
that took a while for you
Well,
to say.
That's a bit of a confidentiality issue. But you are the daughter of a lawyer,
So that shouldn't negate
without a will,
confidentiality.
there is no case. No one has been able to find it.
And without the will, the house goes to the state.
The law
You-
is the law. I can try to get a delay, but we've already delayed twice, and the state doesn't care that someone lives there. It's a tough world out there.
I spoke with Lauren. She mentioned you have a key
A key?
to the Hathorn house.
It's the only copy. Don't lose it.
I
Oh,
won't.
And this really isn't.
Why didn't we
used
just
in
get another copy made?
If someone finds you with it, I might have to say you stole it.
I'll make sure to be discreet. Thanks.
Here to help, Nancy. Hey, next time, please knock before entering, okay?
Hey, next time if you want me to knock before entering, could you close your door?
See you later.
Okay, so we have the key to the Hawthorne house. Let's go take a look at what we can on the break-in.
I need to get Judge Danforth's permission before I investigate the burglary.
Okay, can we talk to Daddy Dearest now? Hello!
Damn. How's my girl doing?
Hey, Dad. I have a favor I need to ask you.
Yes.
Of course. Shoot.
I need to investigate inside the Salem courthouse, specifically
Yep.
concerning the burglary in the evidence room.
Uh-huh.
Do you think you could call Judge Danforth on my behalf and get his permission?
You know,
No
just
problem. You know,
sweet
this
talking a
reminds
little
me,
is fine.
Next time you see him, you should bring up the Lake Winnipesaukee Regatta.
Dad,
Yeah?
maybe later.
Sure thing. Talk soon.
Okay. So now we need to. Oh, we got more calls. We got calls incoming.
You're all set.
Thanks, Dad.
Thanks, Dad.
You're welcome.
Is there anything else?
I'm just really proud of you, Nancy. I don't know how often I tell you that. I think it's not nearly enough.
Fair
Thanks,
enough.
Dad. You know I learned it all from you, right?
Oh, now I know that's not true. The judge told me about a certain lock-picking incident. You certainly didn't learn that from me.
What?
I may have picked up a few extra skills along the way.
I expect nothing less. Love you, kiddo. Go get him.
Remember when you picked the lock on that filing cabinet? Which one? I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that. Oh, you mean the only one I ever did. Right.
Judge, everything okay?
What in the Sam heck is a Bitcoin?
Seriously?
Bitcoin? It's a cryptocurrency.
A what?
It's say, decentralized digital currency.
All these new made-up digital things just go too far, if you ask me.
I mean, fair
Nothing's ever
enough.
been wrong with good old American Benjamins.
As you know, I want to investigate the crime scene. Could you give me the code for the keypad?
Oh, yes, about that. Well, you see, I had it written on a post-it note, but I
And
seem to have misplaced it. It should be around here somewhere. Feel free to look for it.
Oh, okay. Don't worry about it. I love a good scavenger hunt.
oh boy. So it's right here, actually.
There's a number written on here.
0815 is our number. 0815. The first thing I've had to write down in almost 4 hours. You know, fun. Okay. Well, I guess we talk to the judge now.
Do you happen to have a list of all the evidence that was stored here? Something before the break-in?
Yes, actually. You should be able to get it from the computer in the evidence room. Feel free to
Okay.
use the printer and take the list with you. I'm going out on a limb for you here. That sort of information isn't usually available to the public.
Yes, but you're
understand.
hiring me as
I'll
an
keep the list
investigator.
close. Thank you. Who has access to the evidence room?
Oh, well, that would be me and Alicia. Why do you ask?
Because
Just
I'm
curious.
investigating for you. So you and Alicia have access.
I'll come back later.
I mean, I guess it would make sense that a lawyer would have access, but why doesn't the police have access? Right? Why don't the police have access? Okay. 0815. I cannot see those numbers. Okay. Not a lot of glass on the floor. Okay. This is the Hawthorne house, it looks like. We got May here. Various, like, there's a picture of the Hawthorne house. We've got another couple of unrelated pictures of the woods around the area. Shop. Okay.
A map of Salem.
It is a map of Salem. Evidence list. Actually, do we have to have that on there? Thank you. Okay. So we have an evidence list. I will
Now to
take that
figure
with
out
me.
which ones were stolen. It's dusty.
This is your computer, huh? Okay. So we need to open this up, grab the list.
No.
Everything's there.
No.
We get to check everything.
No.
What if what you have as evidence doesn't fit in these drawers? Then where does it go?
No. No. Interesting.
Ooh. Nancy marked
No.
something.
No. Interesting.
Ooh. We've got more notes.
No. No.
No.
Interesting. All of the stolen evidence was linked to the accused witch's claim to Hathorne House.
Ah! Anything else, by the way? I don't
All
think
of the
so.
stolen evidence was
Okay,
linked
no.
to the
No, so we don't have anything else.
a
So...
CCTV camera. There might be footage from the day of the break-in. Should ask the judge about this.
Woo! Okay, so let's go talk to the judge.
I'll come back later.
No, I will not talk to the judge about it. Okay. What am I missing then? Search the Hascorn house, investigate the break-in at the courthouse, gather alibis. Okay. Okay. Well then, since it won't let me talk to the judge, let's go to the Hathorn house. Hi.
I knew you couldn't resist.
More like you're just standing here.
I could not.
I'm open tomorrow night. Or tonight. Or right now. Ladies' choice.
How about 3 nights ago?
Wait. We already went on a date?
Nope.
Definitely not.
Oh.
Hang on one
See you
second.
later.
Settings, please. Advanced. Can we... Let's turn some of this down. I appreciate this, but like, we're... I'm trying to like... Okay, so that's sound effects. So we need to turn that way down. Okay. Now I should be able to hear him.
Hi, Nancy. What's going on?
There we go.
Where were you on the night Hathorn House was
There we
burned?
go. Now we can hear him.
Right. I was,
Do you remember?
Yeah, it's coming to me.
Oh.
Primal Cuts.
I'm sorry.
It's a steakhouse. I was there with my dad. Great steak, very expensive. He'll tell you. So, if we haven't been on a date yet, does that mean we're going to go on one in the future?
No, thank you.
Nope.
I have another question for you.
Yes, it's true. I'm single.
I actually wanted to know what you were doing 3 days ago.
Are you sure that's what you want to know?
Yes.
I was actually digging out a stump in Alicia Cole's backyard.
Okay.
You digging out a stump.
What? Yeah. Not my
That's
favorite
true,
pastime,
actually.
but I can't really say no to the money. I mean, it gives a good tan. Ladies can't say no to a hot bob.
Oh.
You don't
Okay.
believe me? Oh, maybe you should ride with me to the beach. I can show you.
Ugh. No thanks.
No, thank you.
Ugh. Okay.
See you later.
So like that's the other thing, right? Is Jason is supposedly or was supposedly friends with May, right? Were they in the same class? Because if that's the case, then that puts Jason around like, again, 18-ish range, same as May. And that means Alicia Cole's got to be in her late 20s to early 30s at best, if not 40s. And Alicia's like drooling over basically a teenager. It's just kind of creepy, Alicia. Like I said, I have a lot of problems with her character. I got a lot of problems with her. With the way they wrote her and everything, I've got a lot of issues. Okay. I'm trying to go towards the scarecrow. I'm just not quite sure how to get there. That's a lovely tree. Why am I looking at it? Okay. Up through here then? Kind of. There we go! There we go! There we go! We're on track! Okay. I actually see something over here I want. Now I can grab it. Mine. Yep. Crowbar. Mine.
Locked.
Hawthorne House key?
The key should fit, but the door and lock are awry.
Okay,
Now
so
this
then
is more like it.
let's give it a little bit of leverage. And now try the key.
There we go. Now it fits.
Awesome. We're in.
An old secretary desk. Roaring 20s, maybe.
It's got a nice roll top to it. That's cool.
There's something peculiar about this mirror.
Oh?
Someone painted laurels on the mirror glass. But why?
I don't know.
An old secretary desk.
That's why. Oh, my dear Lauren, you came to me midwinter and made each day feel brightest. Like a lion, I cared for my new cub, even though sometimes she could be stubborn like an ox. In the month of spring, in the month where spring stirs, I revealed your heritage to you. And on the day of Samhain, we remembered our ancestors. Now I wish for you to choose. Make this house your home, or be free of this burden. Yours forever, Francis Tuttle. The will is in the house. Just so you know, my dearest. Okay.
A letter
cool.
written in Francis Tuttle's own hand.
Ooh. Hello.
A brand new jacket. Who would leave this behind?
This is a good question. Got some damage on the sleeves. Anything else? Ooh! We've got an inside pocket.
A business card.
Uncover the secrets of Salem's dark past. Ravencroft Witch Tours. Alright, I am going to have to wrap it up here, actually. Much as I don't want to. Overwrite, thank you. Alright, so I am going to have to wrap it up here. I gotta get going. I've got groceries coming soon, so I've got a hard cutoff today. But I will be live again. I am live every Wednesday to Sunday, usually around 10 a.m. Eastern or New York time, whichever's easiest for you to Google. And I will be back for more. We will, it might take us an extra day to finish Midnight in Salem, but we should finish up Midnight in Salem either next Wednesday or next Thursday. And then we're going to be on to my very first blind playthrough of Seven Keys. And I am super, 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 super nervous about it. So I hope you guys come back for that. So excited and also so nervous and also oof. Okay, but anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow. Let's actually see if we have anybody. I am going to mute the desktop audio just because I'm going to take a look and see if there is anybody else on Twitch who is streaming a Nancy Drew in English. So far, the only people that I have seen streaming Nancy Drew on Twitch is another person streaming in Russian, which is great, don't get me wrong. But they're streaming in Russian, and we don't really... yeah, I'm the only person live with a Nance right now. Oh, we have one viewer on Thornton Hall, but is anybody actually streaming? We do, but she's streaming in Russian. And she's finishing up anyway. Alright, Well, I guess that's it then. All right, well, I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye, everyone.